Rebel DJ Cleve on the beat. OG Stack. Working behind the tree lines, modern day moonshines. Make no mistake, we some noon to noon grinders. Find a way, get it done. It's iron at play, hit and run. Body twice, head once. Usually that'll get it done. But if it don't, lay low till them frogs think it's all good. Circle back to his mama house. I think her shit is all wood. And if that's the case, big dog, you already know the play. Send them boys some pictures from the burner and tell them any day they gon' have to show face. In these streets on the front row, we sitting back patiently. I chill and watch the blunts roll. Smoke floating around this bitch like Magoo from the Flintstones. I'm having visions of body casts wrapped up in body bags, thrown in the ditch, then covered up with rat shit. Big ZD crazy as fuck. Yeah, I'm gon' bat shit. Once the switch flip, ain't no turning back the time, dawg. You done fucked up. This is no longer just rhymes, dawg. I want your breath to stop. I want your chest to pop. I wanna see your bitch ass niggas running off they block. We taking over now. You'll never get this back. To everybody listening, we is OG Stack.
Yeah, I'm Z. I heard some rah-rah when I stepped out, but now I'm here, dead silent. Who y'all talking about? It must have shook you when I came through. Stood here among you to show you what you can't do. Fact is, I've been doing this longer than you have had the breath of life. So listen close to what I say, cause I won't speak it twice. I hit the block to stack some paper, hit the kitchen, made some paper, hit the club with extra down to make some paper. I'm well aware of what your status like. If you a killer and I'm deaf, then what your status like? ZD call me MZ, make it hard to breathe, knowing when I speak on mics I snatch the souls of enemies. OG Stack. Welcome to another episode of Musically Zone Talks Boxing. This episode comes to you by way of HW Wigs, handcrafted candles. Their motto is relax and enjoy. The Block Fam, which started on Marlowe's Corner, we just keeping it going. And the Track Titans, who provides us with our music. And if you got somebody that's looking for some hot tracks, tell them to reach out to us and we'll get in contact. We'll get things rolling in a few seconds. Welcome to my brother Hyphy. You say them Philly niggas better watch their mouth when they in that gym recording. Earl would come back and sock up they little partner Jerron. But we can talk about that. Cause it looks like it's some scrapping for the spotlight right now. Abdullah Mason is standing out there. He's getting ready to fight Noakes, I believe. Congratulations to Conor Benn for winning the rematch against Chris Eubanks. Floored him twice. We also got Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr. coming up this weekend, the 22nd. Looking forward to seeing how that match turns out, how Devin is planning on fighting that fight. It's my opinion that Brian is going to win, but hey, that's just my opinion. But we're going to take it slow, sit back. I'm going to let these tracks roll for a minute while my brothers wake up, and we're going to get things cooking. Here we go. Let's ride. Huh. 10 toes down, was stuck in that paper. Riding real clean, my stunting on haters. She said come through, I'm like yeah later. Y'all know what it is when the players say later. Like on my grind, got no time for hoes. Like on my school, let nothing get close. Like can't stop fighting till they let go. Like one door closed, I'll kick for more. I understand a lot of people out here won't get me, yet here I be playing on the spot where the whole world can hit me. Please understand,
Everything I lay down gon' be tight. I can turn that left into a right, make a dike turn into a plumber chasing that pipe. Make a mumble over words I say. Got them stumbling over the words they write. Even though they claim to be using a third eye, soon you'll see they have no sight. Running over these tracks like Saquon Barkley, throwing it deep like Jalen Hurts. They say that the MZ can't touch down, so tell me why they raising they skirt. Like one door closed, I'll kick for more. Like on my stool, let nothing get close. Like can't stop fighting till they let go. Like on my grind, got no time for hoes. Lights, cameras, action, making money, got haters reacting. Or you thinking that you gotta lick, better think about it before you be in the casket. That could be drastic, now they be asking, who the hell done sent the assassin? It's a lot of crying and screaming and crying, cause killers got blasted, that was their passion. I ain't never been the one to come hate on, even though they was the ones to come hate on. Now they gotta wait around to see what it is that I will be raising. All of that talking they doing don't move me. Better believe this ain't a movie. Better be hoping your people are praying when I come through, I don't pursue that.
Big ZD be laying low, the apostle. Most niggas up in this bitches imposters. Half of them hoes, they ride with gobblers. Dipping my lobsters, exotic sauces. Hollywood bosses, never take losses. 700 horses leaving you nauseous. Hit the gas, ain't no way we gon' pause it. Run it up to them bags and scoff it. I'm the one that people came to see. I'm the one that people claim to be. I'm the one that people mainly flee. I'm the one that people aim at G. Most of them niggas is missing, I glisten. All I need is a pot in the kitchen. Front to back, independent suspension. Wrist whipping like a compass transmission. Never stopping, that's the only mission. Get it done, ain't no need to be wishing. Step strong, hold your dirt, no flinching. All my killers stop, didn't I mention? Say the word, red rummer's the order. Here's the tells you die, flipping the quarter. There it is, nigga, now you a martyr. I guess today was your last tomorrow.
We got emotion, we got emotion, we got motion. Bitch, I'm back. About to get racks on racks, but I gotta be careful what I say. These niggas be rats on rats. I don't know who all my enemy is. Some people like to pretend, but if you bring you in, you got smoke, blow that in the wind. Paper first. Then fall on the yacht. I already got my circle that's smaller than a dot. But if I have to call my cleanup crew, they gon' be with my. So by the way, I can't forget to mention, please don't be my eyes. We had to act like we stopped. On the cool, on the low, we still water whipping up pots still, water whipping up knots still, water whipping up whole thing. We cold, man, for sure, man. One calling they soul, man. Me and Eve changing up channels. Ooh, my bad, we ain't got manners. Man, this gang get dismantled. There's some shit niggas can't handle. We don't fuck around with rounders. We can stay strapped like sandals. Burn these haters up like candles. Got it open. They looking and they watching and they stupid. Tripping how we moving like the ocean. We got motion. Hey. Big boys when we talk, big stepping on these niggas when we walk. We got motion. Big boys when we talk, big stepping on these niggas when we walk. We got motion.
I'm blowing big on the beaches of Honolulu, watching the Pacific rolling while thinking on how to do you. I bring beef, customized how you want it. Ain't no order too big or small for my opponent. I'm chasing paper like these hoes chase weed. My profit margin out the window, something that you can't see. I hear the whispers, MZ flows no more. I'm like the ocean with its currents, where that flow gon' go? I got a fetish for standing in the sand, getting brain from something foreign while chillin' in Yucatan. These niggas sick because I fuck with bad bitches, and their mindset is to help me stack up on my riches. Connected to moves, to mad switches, didn't change the situation from living from rags to riches. Big voices when we talk, high stepping on these niggas when we walk, for real. I guess we better start cooking.
Well, as I said, we got Abdullah Mason getting ready to face off with Noakes. And it's my opinion that Abdullah Mason could be one of the next rising stars if things keep going this way, he keeps pulling off wins and looking good in the ring as he is. I think the man has a high ceiling, and I'm looking forward to him taking care of business against Noakes this fight coming up. Can't say that I know a whole bunch about Noakes, but I do know a little bit about Mason. And Mason seems to be getting well adept to his job. You can call it learning on the job or however you want to put it, but the man is doing what he needs to do to keep subsidizing some wins. That's right, he keeps pulling them on in. And with that, let me just throw it out there and say, who do you guys think will be pulling in, or should I say, should be getting the spotlight on them? Now, I know we got Brian Norman and Devin Haney coming up on the 22nd, which is just around the corner. And it seems like the conversation going back and forth between the two camps is kind of heating up. Brian Norman Sr. is really laying it on thick, talking about hitting him with bricks, breaking his back, knocking him out, stepping over him, all these kind of things. And, well, you know, Devin is sticking to the same script. You know, it's levels to this. He hasn't fought anybody, but it's kind of changed a little bit because now he's kind of giving Brian Norman Jr. some credit, which would be smart, because why would you call a man a bum if you're getting ready to go out there and fight him? You should be trying to hold him up as high as possible so the win looks good when you take it. If, and that's a big one, if you take the win. I don't know if you all caught the conversation between David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde. I saw their face off, and I must say it was quite subdued. Not a lot of back and forth, you know. It wasn't the David Benavidez we seen when it came to facing Caleb Plant or certain fighters, you know, talking his noise and talking about I was gonna whoop him and stuff like that. But he did mention that he gonna hurt Anthony Yarde. First round, second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, all the way to the 12th round, if it makes it that far. But he did say if the opportunity presents itself, he will go for it. Now, Yarde, let us not forget, has faced Crusher Kovalev. He has faced Arthur Beterbiev. And he done quite well. He made a good showing for himself. I have to say that lack of experience when he fought Kovalev really played a big part in it. He ended up finding himself getting stopped in that fight. I believe it was because of him being tired more than anything. Not that Kovalev just put a beating on him. I think that was a good, hard fight between the both of them. He did hurt Kovalev a couple of times within that fight. But the gas tank betrayed him, and he ended up taking the loss against Kovalev. Beterbiev, he also took a loss against Beterbiev. I don't think his gas tank worked out on him as bad. But this fight, I think he should be a lot more prepared in getting ready to face the Mexican Monster in this fight coming up with them. I'm looking for some fireworks in that fight. Could somebody get stopped? I believe so. Who's going to get stopped? Don't really know. If I had to put my coin on it, I would have to lean a little more toward David Benavidez. Just for the simple fact of his fighting style and the experience that he has over Yarde. You know, different amateur backgrounds, you know. But as far as fights, I can't say that David has fought the better competition, because, you know, you got to give Yarde big kudos for Kovalev. Some people have said Kovalev was a little old, but that Kovalev gave him some problems. Gave him enough that he had to deal with. Beterbiev, that's a different horse of another color. We all know who Beterbiev is and how he fights. And Anthony Yarde went out there and made a good coming of that. But, like I said, in that face-off, it was a little lackluster to me. A lot of respect between the two fighters. Hell of a lot of respect between the two fighters. It all, you know, as David Benavidez mentioned, you know, they can be gentlemen and go out there and do what they need to do and not have to really talk bad about each other and all this kind of stuff. Can't take nothing away from them on that. It is what it is. But when it's time to strap up and the bell rings, who's going to come out there with velocity, that fire, that steam, that this is the moment. Now, let's not forget, I believe this is Anthony Yarde's third bite at the apple as trying to become a champion. He fell short against Beterbiev, fell short against Kovalev. Is this the moment? He's reclimbed the mountain, he's reclimbed the hill, whatever you want to call it, but he's positioned himself again, one more time, to take a shot at a title. I don't know if this will be the last chance that they give him, but I know it's a good shot for him. This is a great opportunity for Anthony Yarde. It's a great opportunity for the fans over in London or across the pond to try to get their hands on a strap once again with a name that they can get behind and follow. Anthony Joshua was the last big thing that they had. And then, Daniel Dubois came through, did his thing, which I'm looking forward to seeing when he's going to show back up. It's also been hearing rumors that our boy, I almost messed the man's first name up, Usyk. Let me just go and say it like that. Usyk is being reported that he's dropping the belt. And I think that the way it was brought to me, he's trying to duck Wardley. That's right, Wardley, which is proven to be a substantial opponent when it comes to stepping in the ring and stopping folks. The man is doing his thing in that. So with those things going on in boxing, it's kind of got your head turning from left to right, right to left to see who's going to do what. Like I said, I think Anthony Mason is making a good move for himself. I'm looking forward to seeing how he turns out. I'm also excited about the Pitbull and Lamont Roach fight. I think that's going to be a tough fight for both opponents. I think Lamont Roach is going to have to really have himself in the right frame of mind and ready to box. Because Pitbull is going to put that chin down, come forward, swing hard, and keep that high guard up and see what he can do. If Lamont Roach is worth his salt, like the way he said he is, and he can put on a performance like he did with Tank, or should I say a better performance that he did with Tank, it's no reason that he shouldn't come out victorious. But this is boxing, and anything could happen with any punch landed or any punch landed that has not been seen coming. Those are usually the ones that get you in a situation and have you on Bambi legs. Not saying that that's going to happen to Lamont Roach, but he's got to be on point. I'm looking for that fight to probably go the distance and have to go to the judges to see who's going to stop it. Once again, I'm not sure about Hip Hop Number 1 has stepped into the building. He says, salute, family. Got time to listen again to the show. I like the mutual respect that Benavidez and Yarde are showing each other. A lot of fake beef in boxing right now. I can agree with you with that. Like I said, it was a little subdued. They did have a lot of respect going back and forth, like two combatants that know what each other is going to bring to the table. And no need to get out there, I guess you could say, for them to get out there and try to whitewash each other or talk down to each other. They both know what the job is. They both know what they have to do. If I'm correct, I think Benavidez, I'm not sure, is going over across the pond to deal with Anthony Yarde. Not sure. Let me know, because being at work so much and not being able to catch up on everything like I like or I would like to, I'm not for sure where that fight is taking place. But if it's taking place over in Yarde's backyard, then David Benavidez has a lot to prove. He can leave his home place, his comfort zone, go over to somebody else's backyard and take care of business and come back victorious. Or will the beast from the east surprise and pull the upset and do what he needs to do and let himself climb up a little more up the ladder and get toward what he needs to be getting to. Oh, it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. Okay, appreciate that, Rod X. So that means it's not in either one of their backyard. And it's just going to be one of those type of things. That a good fight that I'm looking forward to. Turkey Alley Shake, they got a nice little card lined up, from what I understand. who was it that I seen? Brian Norman Jr. Did you guys see him come out over there? He was dressed up in I don't really know what their clothes are, so I'm not going to even disrespect it. But you know, he was dressed up like one of the guys from over there in Saudi. Had on the full outfit. Devin Haney came out like Devin Haney does, and you know, what else can I say about the conversation and the talk? It's time for the fight. You guys heard me say, I believe it was last week. It's all on Devin Haney to go and pull this fight off. It's all on Devin Haney. It's on Devin Haney. You know, I was listening to Jeff Mayweather say something, and he said that, you know, Devin might have to fight like he had his last fight, which was not exciting, which was kind of a snooze fest, kind of stunk it up a little bit, but he moved around and you know, moved himself into a victory. Is it possible that he could pull that off again? I don't know. With the energy that the Normans are bringing, it sounds like they are not planning on letting that happen. I also heard Brian Norman say in an interview that he is most definitely trying to get the stop because he doesn't want to leave it in the judge's hands. That part. You know, he said, I think Yard can do good, but it's an activity and stay busy fights after time out the ring all the time may overwhelm him in this one. I thought he was just okay against Lyndon Arthur last time. I guess you can say, you know, he does kind of have nice little breaks between his fights. And David Benavidez has always shown us that his motor is kind of high. He can let his hands go a lot, constantly bringing pressure for the most part. You know, his last two fights, he didn't get a stoppage. You know, he didn't stop Caleb Plant. He didn't stop Caleb Plant. Didn't stop David Morrell. But they were both good fights, and he showed that he could keep applying the pressure throughout the fight. He did get knocked down against Morrell. But, hey, it's not too many fighters that you could say just went through their whole career and never touched the canvas. With that being said, I won't hold too much against David Benavidez, but I will say that I agree with you that it's a possibility that he could overwhelm Anthony Yard if he comes out and applies pressure right out the gate. But I have to also put Anthony Yard has peaked or may be peaking at a good time. Like I said, he does have the possibility, strong young man, where he could catch David Benavidez, because you're hearing so many people, experts, saying that he likes to punch when you are punching. And we just have to see. Will he be able to catch David Benavidez in between some combination and surprise him with something that might shake up the night? That's a possibility. I'm looking forward to seeing if it can take place or not, but it is what it is. I'm listening to people saying, I can't remember where I saw it or who I read it or who made the statement, but somebody said that Brian Norman Jr. was just an Earl Spence, and he just can't beat Devin Haney. And I was thinking about something that our brother Trey X said last week, that, you know, Devin Haney did spend a lot of time in the Mayweather camp, around Mayweather and things like that, which had me thinking, saying, I know some people would say that right there would be enough to help him have a game plan and do what he needs to do against Brian Norman. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, you could be around greatness, and you can even pick up some of the traits. The man got hard and everything. I give him that. But he has to go out there and actually get the job done. And I do mean get the job done. I saw Regis Prograis, he popped up out of nowhere, and he says that the Villikins he hurt him early in the fight, and then it was one pace decision win. That same guy got stopped in one round recently over in Canada. Y'all good. Just depends on what version of him comes. I won't take that away. If Yard comes out and if he come out and jump on David early, and I don't mean jump on him and just go to wailing and stuff like that. I mean jump on him and meet him head up, give David back exactly what David is trying to give. It might change some things within the fight, but I can't say that I have noticed something about David. And David seems to be one of those guys that once he gets to fighting and things get rolling, he stays determined. He sticks to his game plan. He tries to just keep putting that pressure on you until you either bend, and bending for him in the last couple of fights was well enough to help him get a win, or until they break. And that's what we're looking for to see what happens. I got my brother, looks like my brother DeCane that slid into the business, say Team B Norm. Coming out of Atlanta, Georgia, they representing GA. What you got to say?
Like what it is, man.
What it was.
Yeah, told you. Be known finna beat the hell out of this boy. I don't care what them niggas talking about with Mayweather. He a knockoff Mayweather. He ain't even got Mayweather skills.
And Regis Progress say he don't hit that hard. They don't have that much power.
Well, I don't know. Regis Progress need to shut up because he was getting rocked all around the ring by Devin Haney in a way that most people didn't. So I don't even know why he would say that. He was out there making Haney look like he had power. So I don't know.
Yeah. Not making him look like he had power.
Yeah.
So
see how he was falling, knees were buckling.
Well, you know, he had a bad night. Maybe ate some bad gumbo that night.
I don't know. The nigga looked like he did too much running before the fight or something because he couldn't keep his legs on them.
That's a great possibility. Before we just lean in on the Brian Norman and Devin, because you know, like I said, I think Brian Norman's gonna pull this fight off. I really believe that he can stop Devin.
Brian Norman KO.
You know, my beliefs won't come true. You know, don't really make no difference until we actually see what happens. But what do you think about David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde?
Yeah, man, I watched the face off and I saw our brother Joseph Brown was saying that there's too much respect for his liking. But honestly, man, I like the face off. I like when guys ain't got to get all nasty with each other and talk all crazy to each other and can show each other respect, but still be like, yeah, I'm gonna go out there and try to knock him out. You know, like I like that kind of shit. So I actually did like the face off. I can feel him on. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You can feel him on what?
It was one point that he said where Yard was like, if I beat him, so I can, yeah, I understand. Like that didn't sound great, but one time like when I beat him, but he said if a few times, so yeah, I feel him on that. But as far as the respect factor and everything, man, I actually like the face off, man. I like that. It was refreshing to me, honestly.
Okay, so you enjoyed the fact that they handled it like gentlemen, went out there and, you know, had a decent conversation. Not a lot of bad banter going back and forth, but enough to let each other know that, hey, I am coming. I'm not too happy with the fact that Yard was more of a if I win than when I win. David Benavidez, on the other hand, pretty much was trying to nail in the fact that he plans on winning this fight. He plans on hurting Yard. And he said he believes he can hurt Yard in every round. Now I don't know how true that's gonna turn out to be. I think Anthony Yard is a nice competitor and a strong guy. And I think he got enough heart behind him to not let himself just get handled any kind of way. He didn't get handled against Kovalev, and he didn't get handled against Beterbiev. He actually went out there and made good showing of himself against both of them. I attributed his losses to the lack of experience in those fights. But I also have to say that, like he said, he learned from those fights. And only time is going to tell, which is not too many days away before time will be telling, because, you know, time always reveals the truth.
Yeah, man. I mean, I wouldn't pick Anthony Yard to win this fight, to be honest. If he wins, it'll surprise me. But I'm just hoping he'll go out there and put up a good showing.
Like I believe it was Hip Hop #1. He said that he thinks there's a lot of fake beef going around in boxing. I wanted to bring up the fact too. I'm hearing the rumblings of Shakur and T.O. I still don't know if the fight has been made. Have you heard anything about that or seen anything about that as of yet? Or is it
Only
still
thing I
just
saw,
it's just rumor mill?
yeah, I saw some Facebook posts, but you know how them be. I saw that it was signed, but we'll see.
If it was signed, I'm sure one of them would have already let us know. You know, either Shakur
Yeah,
Twitterson would have let us know, or T.O. would
not
have let us
Twitter.
know. Well, you know, he
Yeah.
called himself that. Didn't he have it on his shorts in one of his fights?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, you know, I ain't going for the disrespect. I'm just going by what the man had put out there. It was his own self. He went
Right,
out there
right,
and
right.
did. We got Abdullah Mason coming up, getting ready to go against that dude. I believe his name is Sam Noakes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking at Mason to be one of the new up and coming stars, man. If they keep moving him in the correct way, keep top he with top rank. So I have to believe that they're gonna keep moving him in the right direction to keep this man growing, put him into the fights that he needs to be in, so he can sharpen his tools and show his skills that much more. I believe the young man to be a champion in the next couple of years, if not sooner.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll see what kind of performance he put on against Noakes, but should be a good one.
It should be, but I think the young man, I'm giving the, I'm tilting the scale toward that young man. I believe he's gonna be able to pull it off, full fledged, no problem. But I know
Yeah.
you know you ready to rep your city, Atlanta, Georgia. You know, from the South. That's where we at. We represent the South, and you think that boy from GA gonna go out there and whoop the man that they saying come from Oakland?
Indeed, indeed.
And I
I mean, I
heard
think
somebody
he, I,
say,
I I really hope he's stopping.
"Oh wow, you hoping for the stop?"
Yeah, yes, sir. I mean, I'm leaning toward picking that. Like I'm leaning toward betting on the stoppage.
Oh wow. Well, I got no. I'm not hiding it. I do believe he will get the stop. If you
Yeah.
don't stop him, I'm sure you drop him enough times. He probably get him. I don't know if they're gonna have a rule, the 3 knockdown rule, or is it just gonna be you get knocked down, you just keep getting back up.
Yeah.
But either way, I believe Devin is gonna take the loss in that fight.
So you don't think Devin is gonna be too fleet of foot and all this shit?
I actually believe that the Normans have been working on. I believe they've been working on footwork. I've seen the power jab that they've been working on, so that lets me know that they plan on jabbing with the jabber when he decides to try to jab. But I believe that they've been working on trying to be able to cut the ring off and actually making this man have to deal with them and the pressure that Norman will bring. That's what I believe is going to happen. I heard him say that Devin, you know, he's not taking soft touches. He's going straight into the ring and battling. They tried to put it in there like Terrence Crawford did, going straight into the battle. But let's be real. Devin did have a soft touch at 143, I believe it was, instead of 140. You know, instead of a full 147. I think that was his way of trying to get his soft touch to try to get ready. But in my opinion, I haven't seen Devin have any power, so I think there's a lack of power for him. I know he can box. I'm not going to even take that from him. I know he's a decent boxer. Some people say he had one of the best jabs in the game until we saw what happened with Ryan Garcia, and then it started being pointed out about the way he jabs. And how he jabs and pulls his arm back when he does it. And then, you know, I went and looked at him. I watched a little bit of footage of him the other day, and he was actually doing it. And I think that's going to be detrimental to his health when it comes to the fight against Brian Norman. Now, I've seen that Brian Norman can catch punches. He can shoot back. The man is not just like the way people are trying to make it seem. You know, they compared him to Earl Smith, say Earl Spence, say he was just another Earl Spence. I guess they're trying to say he's just a basic dude. But having the basics is a good thing when it comes to fighting. And like I said, I believe he's gonna cut off the real estate on Devin and try to corner Devin and make Devin have to engage. A fight where Devin runs around or call himself moving around the fight, moving around the whole fight, I don't think that's gonna be good, for him to get a win. I think, he's fighting a champ. And for the most part, if things go like they're supposed to, and the judges see it like they're supposed to, I understand that Devin's a Muslim, and it's been brought to my attention that the politics could play a role in it, which leads me to believe that because of the politics, Brian Norman Jr. has made it up in his mind that he's going to have to go out there and stop Devin. That's the way he's talking right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and say this real smooth and quick, like the man that could call a frog from a whale. Best fight caller in YouTube, in my opinion. He hasn't called a fight in a minute, but in my opinion, he's still the best. Trey X, welcome to the show.
Salute, what's going down? My nigga the King, what's up with it? Salute to everybody.
What's happening, man?
What's going
I had
down?
to dig to find that picture of you, man, with the golden glove, but yeah, man, I came up with it.
Yeah. I started to ask you, could you do one this picture I got with motherfucker calling the fight? Well, they not necessarily calling the fight. Well, I got two of them. I got one where these people sitting around listening to the fight on the radio, and there was another one, that picture that I got of Don Dumphy right here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So what you want me to make it look like you calling the fight?
Yeah, that one right here with Don Dumphy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm behind the microphone and shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that shit. That shit would be dope.
now, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw the picture, I had to look at that motherfucker again because I was like, wait a minute. Trey X ain't ever told us about he took no picture like that in the ring. Then he came back and said, that's Brian Norman's body, ain't it?
Nah,
that's what I thought it
like
was
a picture I
immediately.
made. Yeah.
It was just something you did a damn good job of just putting him on there, man. You did a damn good job.
Yeah.
You got him
That was
holding his
some
hands
AI
like
shit,
George
man.
Foreman.
That was some AI shit, bro.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Because when I first glanced at it, I just assumed it was Brian Norman. Then I looked again, I said, this nigga crazy. He got me on it.
He did a damn good job. But the floodgates are getting ready to open up over there in Riyadh season. And I took into consideration what you said about Devin being in that Mayweather atmosphere for as long as he was. But then I started thinking, is that gonna be enough really for him to really be able to stand in there and pull it off?
You're not representing my words. You're not representing my words. I never said that had anything to do with him winning the fight. We was talking about Brian Norman was getting on Devin Haney for using Mayweather's lingo. You know, I be talking about he ain't on his level and all that type of stuff. He had said something specifically, like if you do not, like in basketball, they say if you reach, I teach. He said something to the equivalent of that in boxing. What did he say?
I can't remember exactly the words he used, but I was going to make that same statement. He did use something to the effect of, if you do something, I'm gonna teach.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, like him still in Mayweather lingo and shit. I was saying he has actually been around the guy and trained over there and all that type of shit. It ain't like he just watching the dude from the other side of the country and trying to be like him. So if it was anybody that I would give a pass to, it would be him. Sometimes fighters be like that. I know this is like a different example, but like Ali wanted to be like Sugar Ray Robinson. You know what I'm saying? He didn't train under him or nothing like that, but he saw him from afar and he wanted to be like him. And he made the shit work. So that's a person that I would give a pass to because he gave the credit to Sugar Ray Robinson, said he was the most beautiful fighter of all time and all that type of shit. But in Mayweather, Mayweather and Haney is on another level because not only did Haney watch Mayweather, he actually was around him. So I ain't gonna fault him too much for picking up on shit. They're just like us hanging around each other. We talk to each other all the time. We gonna pick up on each other's lingo a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Rod
He
X
said, if you violate, I'm gonna demonstrate.
There we go. Yeah, if you violate, I'm gonna demonstrate. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Rod X threw that in the chat. Way to go, Rod X. Help us get in there. Thinking Norman Jr. started off favorite in betting. Now it's both at level odds. I want to touch that fight with free money. Laughing out loud. I'll just watch and enjoy. I actually thought that they said that Devin was the underdog. I thought that the betting levels had went more toward Brian Norman's favor.
I got to check again to see where they opened, but last time I looked, they had Brian Norman Jr. as a slight favorite. I want to say he opened as the favorite. I'm about to check right now. I'll have y'all.
All right. Yeah, but look, all I can do is say I'm just waiting for it to come down so I can see. He said, yeah, Norman was favorite. It's level now. Okay, so he's saying it's even. But Trey is in the archives right now, checking it out and seeing what's going down with it. It's not a lot to say except shit. The conversation and the talking is pretty much over. It's time to put these gloves on. What is it? Saturday? Shoot. I didn't even realize that the last fight with with Conor Benn and Chris Eubanks, I didn't know that fight came on as early as did. It didn't cross my mind that they was fighting. It should have crossed my mind they was fighting over there. Hell, they both from over there.
Yeah,
See,
Devin Haney
maybe it's slightly different.
Devin Haney actually opened as the favorite. I don't know why I thought Norman opened as the favorite, but Haney opened as a favorite at nearly 3-2. He was at -146, and Brian Norman Jr. opened up at 23-20 almost at +114 as the underdog. And that actually surprised me. I just knew that Norman opened as the favorite, but Haney opened as the favorite. So that means that most of the money then came in on Brian Norman Jr. so far. It's actually not a good sign for him, to be honest with you. And it's very interesting that even though Haney then took a loss and he had a performance that wasn't the most stellar, he still opened up as the favorite over Brian Norman Jr. So it looked like the odds makers are definitely giving him a lot of respect. I've seen this shit time and time again, like even in football. For example, week 1 of the college football season, Texas was ranked number 1. Ohio State was ranked number 3. Texas went on the road and played Ohio State, and they had Ohio State as the favorite in the game. They had number 3 as the favorite over number 1. And those are those it's a word that I be using in these situations. I can't think of it right now. But a lot of the time, when you see like number 3 ranked as the favorite over number 1, go with number 3. So I think that's a good sign. Just purely looking at the odds and the odds makers and all that shit. Nothing to do with our boxing knowledge and all of that. But if I were just to look at this, just strictly based on this, I would definitely like Devin Haney in this fight.
You still liking old Dave, huh?
Well, the politics is what got me over the top. You know what I'm saying? I just have seen some preferential treatment. I had mentioned 3 fights last time when I was over here where the Muslim brother got the preferential treatment over there in Riyadh season. First, we got Hamza Shiraz over Carlos Adames. Carlos Adames clearly beat the man, but they ruled the fight a draw. Another fight that people thought went the other way was the first Bivol versus Beterbiev fight. A lot of people thought Bivol went out there and outboxed the man. Even my mom, she was watching the fight and shit, and she felt like Bivol won the fight, but they gave it to their Muslim brother. And then the other one was this guy, Badu Jack. He had fought something Mikhailjan, Eastern European. That was Badu Jack is the Muslim brother in this situation. And I felt like Mikhailjan beat the man. We bet on Mikhailjan and everything. Badu Jack had some good moments punching off the break, going to the body and shit, but he got outworked, and I felt like he got outpunched by Mikhailjan, and they gave it to their Muslim brother, Badu Jack. So I'm seeing a pattern when it comes to Riyadh season, and I know that's what Devin Haney on. He on that alhamdulillah, just like them. So I think that could be enough to get him over the edge. I feel like it's on Brian Norman Jr. to go out there and win the fight decisively, stop him like y'all been saying, or beat the brakes off of him for him to get the nod on the cards.
Well, I believe either one of those can take place. I'm still thinking that, it's a possibility he can be stopped. Now I know that Devin got some heart and he probably pull out the Schwinn on us to try to make sure he don't get stopped. But I just, I can't say that I've seen it. All I've seen is Brian Norman practicing on the power jab. practicing on a good jab, and I believe they worked. They've got a game plan that they put together to be able to try to corner this young man in this fight. I see my big bro.
I salute OG. I will say this. God dang, you made me forget I was about to flow into it, but when I heard you say what's up, the big bro, they had through me. Oh yeah, I was gonna say this one thing that I was gonna say. I was watching Brian Norman's Jr. fight against Santillan, and Santillan was a southpaw that comes straight to you, and he was able to land real good punches on Santillan. But if you look at the way he punching, he kind of pushing them shots a little bit. They got great power on him and shit, but he to me, he punched like a man that's in the weight room. That's what his punches look like to me. They don't just have that free-flowing snap that I see from a lot of high-level fighters. And he is a high-level fighter. He a good guy. But I think he'd have been in there with some guys that can make him look good. You know what I'm saying? And I done seen the man get dropped and shit against Boca Chica. That was an ugly fight. You can't touch him. You can't hit him. I done already seen it happen. I think that ruled that Boca Chica fight a no contest or something like that, maybe. Because they kept on having clashes of heads and all that type of shit. So that kind of made me a little bit worried for him. But I will say this, though. I am pulling for him to win the fight because I think that his personality and shit is just that of a real hard-nosed type of fighter. He ain't like a glitz and glamour type of fighter like Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Like Devin Haney talk, it just seemed like he just putting a whole bunch of catchphrases and all this type of shit out there. Norman come across to me as the the more genuine fighter. and I think he a future star. You know what I'm saying? And I would hate for him to get derailed off of that. But he like a people's champ type guy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that be in the comment section on all his videos, rarely do people have negative things to say about him. They keep on just giving him all kind of props and shit for being a real guy, down-to-earth guy, humble guy. But at the same time, he got that pizzazz in his personality where he can talk some shit and make it sound fly and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think he better for boxing than Devin Haney. So I'm pulling for the guy. I'm just not sure how this gonna go in Riyadh. If it was over here in the United States, I would feel a lot better. But it's over there in Riyadh season. I just seen that preferential treatment.
It's one of those situations where the stage is set. Lights are bright enough where he can go out there and make a statement. You know, he can go out there and stop Devin and turn around and be like, I told y'all that's what it was. I was checking him out in an interview. He strike me as kind of funny the way he was out there, the way he was acting. I can tell he was making fun of Dev because he started doing some impersonations and things of that nature. And I think Stormy Norman is gonna come out there and storm all over Devin. Rod X said you can jab with a jabber, but you can't hook with a hooker, and that's been said plenty and many a times. We seen what happened to what's the fly guy from Detroit who tried to throw a hook at the same time and got knocked out with it against the Charlo boy
Harrison.
But then you know Harrison did have his lapses throughout the fight. D-Lo 404 boxing the slid into the room. He said salute. You can see Devin thinking, what would Floyd say to this? He needed. I don't know what Floyd would say to this. You know, it's levels to this. You know, like you said, if you reach, I will teach. If you violate, I will demonstrate. But is he really capable of doing that? That's my thing. Is Devin really capable of doing that? I'm not trying to take anything away from Devin. Once again, I think Devin is a decent fighter. He's a good fighter, a good boxer. But the lack of the power, you know, will he be able to give Norman something to make Norman have to think about it? I don't think that's going to be the mindset of the Normans that night. I really don't. I think that this man is going to be coming at Devin, trying to cut Devin off and put Devin in, as Earl used to say, put him in the dirt.
Yes, the only thing is, man, neither one of them has fought a guy like they fighting this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Haney ain't fought no Norman, and Norman ain't fought no Haney. The fights that normally look the best, then the guys was coming to him. They stepping to him, and they making the fight easy for him. Now he gonna have to track a motherfucker down. He gonna have to cut the ring off. He gonna have to do all them type of things this weekend, and we ain't seen him do it yet. So it's kind of hard for me to say exactly what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But we had put a little bet on the fight. We hedged it and shit. We took Haney by decision and took Norman by decision, and we put our little free bet that we get every week. We put that on the draw, just in case it's some Carlos Adames versus Hamza Saraz type shit. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how it goes. Yeah, because I don't think Haney gonna stop the motherfucker, and at the same time, I think it's gonna be hard to stop Haney because I done seen him hurt and shit. I done say it this time and time again. I done seen what he do when he get hurt. You know, so we'll see. I don't think Norman got his left hook like Ryan Garcia's. Yeah, I think his overall package is better, but that left hook seemed to be the kryptonite for Haney. You know what I'm saying? Ryan, he believe in it so much, you willing to stand in the path of danger to hit you with that motherfucker. Counter over the top of your jab and all that type of stuff. One thing interesting, I saw BoxRec got Norman with a longer reach. I don't know if I see that when I see them in the ring, though. It looked like Haney got the longer reach to me. But we'll see about that. That might come into play if they plan on having a battle of the jabs. You know, one surprising thing about the Earl Spence fight, not surprising to everybody, like my nigga D-Lo, he probably felt like Crawford could have the jab advantage. But, you know, everybody thought Spence was going to have the jab advantage, but Crawford had the jab advantage, and he also had the longer reach. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we'll see.
I think I saw that. I think what they were saying that Norman got like maybe a 1 inch reach advantage, if that.
Yeah, I saw that, but I don't see that with my two eyes.
Right,
my
you know,
my
1 inch
two eyes
advantage. I don't see that as being too much of an advantage. Actually,
I don't see it being true. I don't see it being reality. I look at the motherfuckers in the ring. His arms do not look longer than Haney's to me. Not Haney's, but Norman. I mean, yeah, Norman's arms do not look longer than Haney's to me, is what I'm trying to say.
D-Lo said, yeah, Devin should have learned that from the Ryan PED fight. I'm an A+ fighter. I'm so sick of hearing him say he an A+ fighter, and I'm just ready for him to show me that he's an A+ fighter, straight out the gate. Show me that you can go out there and do this A+ stuff, this all these great things that Bill has been saying. That's what I need to see out of Devin.
Well, he done been undisputed and shit, so we can't say he ain't showed nothing.
I'm not saying he ain't showed nothing, but he ain't showed that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't showed that, in my opinion. And maybe I'm not putting that together. He just ain't went out there and beat the hell out of nobody, in my opinion. The best beat down I seen him give was the Kambosos. Mr. Ferocious Kambosos. That's the best beat down I've seen Devin put out.
Yeah, but he done fought some decent competition like Lomachenko and shit. And even though he had them lows against Ryan, he actually showed remarkable toughness. He got dropped in the first round, and he ended up tying the scorecards up with the unofficial. I can't remember what the exact score. I think it was like after maybe 10 rounds or something. So he was winning rounds. He ended up getting hurt again, late again against Ryan Garcia, but he showed something to me. And as low as that was, I'm not forgetting about Boca Chica and Ryan Norman Jr. That because Boca Chica is not on that level. So you getting dropped and hurt by a guy that's inferior. You know what I'm saying? I can't really say Ryan is just straight inferior. 215 and 15, 3.5, multiple national championships. That ain't Boca Chica. And Norman was trying to walk straight in the front door and getting dropped by Boca Chica, making it the fight of his life and shit. He got cuts and shit on both eyes and all this type of shit. Like this ain't no Charlie Burley we talking about. This ain't nobody that's slick and smooth out there. You know what I'm saying? This is more like a warrior. I look at him as a warrior type of fighter. Now he's talented and he'll beat your ass. He'll put hard shots on you, but I don't see him as like some big computer or something that just beat you to the punch and know what you gonna do before you know what you gonna do. And nah, he ain't one of them type guys to me. And when I went and looked at that damn Santillan fight again, and I saw how he kind of looked kind of stiff with his shots, I had told Yasser to look at that shit. I said, man, look at that fight up, man. They just posted some new shit on YouTube. Tell me what you see. He was like, yeah, that motherfucker do look a little stiff, like he been in the weight room or something. So I want to see if the weight room type of guy with the weight room punches, is he gonna be able to beat the free flowing type of guy? You know what I'm saying? We'll see.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that Brian Norman is no cerebral fighter, but I'll take into consideration you saying he is a warrior, and if he go out there with the warrior spirit, work the game plan that I'm thinking that they're gonna try to cut the ring off. If you've been practicing on it and working on it, it's a possibility that it could show within the fight, and it could help it sometimes. It might be just enough to help him get Devin in enough trouble, because we do know when, like you said, Devin get hurt, he gonna hug like he in love. But will Brian let him do that? Now, if Brian can loose himself from the grip and continue to work, I can see Devin losing this fight in everybody's eyes, and at a margin where people would say, yeah, he lost. Where it would be hard for them to say, well, I don't know how hard it'd be for the judges to say anything, because they gonna say what they gonna say when it's all over. But I'm looking for him to cut the ring off on Devin. I'm truly looking for him to do that. And I'm looking for him to throw a jab in Devin's face and put Devin in trouble. My mind keeps going back to the Lomachenko fight when Devin was saying that Lomachenko was picking up on what he was doing. And in my opinion, he was looking for his dad to give him some instruction on what he needed to do. And I want to see if that kind of situation shows up again. Will Bill have something for his son where he can change it up? Do they have a plan B if plan A is not working? And I don't mean running.
I don't think it's going to be necessary. Lomachenko is a southpaw, 396 and won the Matrix. I'm talking about, he's probably one of the most cerebral fighters in all of boxing. This is back to what we used to. This is your typical orthodox fighter that's stepping to you. He ain't Crawford where he out there fainting the motherfucker. Like, it's hard to even call a Crawford fight because he's doing so much fainting and all of this computer shit. But with somebody like Norman, it's a little bit more conventional. This is what we see all the time. He's not too much different than what we've been seeing our whole life. Now, if you fight somebody like Lomachenko, you might not never get in the ring with a Lomachenko type of fighter. The way he using them angles and all them feints, and this is a totally different situation. So yeah, I can see him getting a little lost in there and looking to the corner for some adjustments and shit. And he didn't have the ability to make them on his own on the fly. So I can understand you saying that, but I don't think that Brian Norman Jr. presents the same type of challenge as Lomachenko.
Okay. Hyphy came in. He said Brian Norman been exposing the hell out of Bill's son, and Brian's dad been on Bill's ass too. Haven't heard too much of what he said to Bill, but I can say that I have been understanding what they've been saying to Devin about Devin and how they gonna deal with Devin. D-Lo said Ryan is damn near all left hook. True to that. That goes to Trey saying that he is standing in a way of danger in order to get that left hook off. And a lot of times that left hook be fast enough and clean enough to disconnect somebody and make them have to step back. Maybe even sit down on their butt for a hot second or two. Especially that body blow he hit, can't think of his name. When old boy knocked him down, then he got right back up and caught him with that left hook to the body.
He got up from that shit. Luke Campbell, he hit with that left hook to the body. Yeah, that was one of the most vicious left hooks I ever seen in all the boxing that I done watched. That left hook to the body was lethal.
He slid that mug right in there. D-Lo said, I honestly think Devin peaked a few years ago and left most of his advantage at 135 while Norman is still peaking. There is something, because I did hear Devin saying that he should have been at 147 a minute ago, and he was depleting himself in those lower weight classes, which brings another thing to me in those lower weight classes. If he was depleting himself, Could that have been a reason that people were saying he was lacking of power? Don't know. But the last fight at 142 or 43 or whatever the number was, it wasn't quite, he was over the 140 mark. So you might as well say he was fighting at 147. So that was his soft touch fight, if there could be one, a tune up or whatever you want to call it. But this fight right here against Norman, I truly want to see Devin fight. Eric R said it was at 145. Sasaki fight, I think that's how you say his name, Sasaki. Fight more like Devin with speed and more power. Norman fared very well. This is coming from Napoleon Armstrong.
He wasn't a boxer though. Yeah, he had fast and hard punches, but he wasn't a boxer though. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see about this shit here, man. I mean, this is like what D-Lo was talking about, him having most of his advantages at 135. That should make it interesting because, you know, he was kind of a weight bully down there, you know, squeezing to make that low weight class. You can fight these small guys. Now he picking on somebody more his own size. The first time we seen him pick on somebody his own size was Ramirez, and he stayed away from him the whole time. Norman ain't as big as Ramirez though. He 5'8", Ramirez is 5'10". He might be a little bit more comfortable in front of this guy. But yeah, we gonna see, man. But Norman, he ain't the biggest 147 pounder though. He 5'8", he like an average welterweight. He ain't like no big motherfucker. But this is the first time we get a chance to see a full-time welterweight fighting against Devin Haney. And let's see how he look against that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think he got the speed advantage and all the type of shit, man. We gonna see.
Well, now that you mentioned that Norman is not the biggest 147 pounder, and he's not quite as tall as Ramirez,
Ramirez.
Could that give a false sense of confidence to Devin, thinking that he could stand, you know, he could take the chance and stand in front of this guy a little more and probably try to bang a little bit? Or do you think that they actually gonna game plan and try to box the man, as the saying is so said? I kind of hate it, but box his ears off.
Well, he's already been hurt in the ring and shit several times now. Like Linares hurt him. He done been dropped against Ryan Garcia several times. So he probably still in that self-preservation mode up in there. I don't think he gonna get outside of himself and try to step to Norman in his real estate. He know that Norman got the advantage in close. He the better inside fighter. So if he gonna be smart about it, man, he just gonna have to make this a boring fight. The more action, the more it favors Brian Norman. The less action, I think it favors Devin Haney. And he need to just try to slow this shit down, make it a boring fight, ignore all the boos coming from the crowd, and just try to go out there and make this as clean of a fight as possible.
Well, we know he can ignore the boos. We know he's quite adept to that. You know, once he starts fighting, if he has to get on his bike, he has no problem doing that. He has no problem holding if he needs to hold. So I don't think the boos are bothering like that. I think he'll go ahead and try to work whatever it is that he and his dad has put together. I like Brian Norman enough that I think, you know, I'm looking for him to pull it off. He's talking to Napoleon Armstrong, so that ain't even my conversation. But D-Lo said when Shakur got in the ring and Devin got out, it double confirmed some stuff for him. And Eric R comes in and say,
hold on, don't skip past that. I mean, that's another thing too, though. I mean, Shakur Stevenson, this is the motherfucking baby world beater. This is a 5. This is a southpaw with all kind of skills. Brian Norman Jr. is more what you see. Like when you're coming up in boxing, this real strong, got some talent, orthodox guy, average type of size. I think this would be a little bit more comfortable of a situation than somebody like Shakur Stevenson. I'm talking about stylistically. I know that Norman, he can hurt you more. He the bigger guy and all this type of stuff. But stylistically, I think Shakur Stevenson represents some different type of problems that might make a motherfucker gunshot to want to get up in there with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he matched him with speed. I think he's a better equipped fighter when it comes to thinking in the ring than Devin. He can make you miss while in the pocket. He can give you something back after he make you miss while in the pocket, because he's shown us that he can do that. So yeah, I agree with you on that. I think Shakur is a better fighter than Devin, and I think Shakur will beat Devin up.
Man, I'm still nervous about ATL versus California, man. No disrespect to my guys that come from Georgia. I think we got 3 of them. That's Napoleon, D-Lo, and DeCane. But I'm just nervous about that shit, man. We got ATL. I know my nigga DeCane probably somewhere talking about ATL ho and all that shit. But we got ATL. We got ATL going against California. I got a football state going against a heavy boxing state. I always say they had the Black Murderers Row motherfucking station out there and shit. They fighting like they got a rich history of boxing out there in California, man. They got some good skills and shit out there. Real good fighters come from California. I'm just kind of nervous about that shit. But I will say I was also nervous when I was a non-believer when we had Omaha, Nebraska going against Cuba back in the day with Terrence Crawford when he had fought against Yoriorkis Gamboa when he was still undefeated. And I said, man, I got Omaha, Nebraska going against Cuba, the Cuban school of boxing, Escuela de Boxeo. Nigga, I got to ride with Cuba, and Omaha, Nebraska came through. But I'm not sure if Brian Norman Jr. is on the same level as a Terrence Crawford, though. So let's see if he can make his shit come through. ATL versus California in a big fight, big stage.
Hey, he might be that 1 in 10 that have it in him to pull it off against old Cali. You know, he might be the one. You know, it being Devin, it almost seemed like I'm like hating Devin, and I'm not. It just, for me, he's just not a dog to me. He got hard, he got all that, all those things, but the dog in him just, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that bite you by the leg and shake you like a mad pit bull or something. I'm not seeing that. And that's what I wish he would show up and pop out with. Oh shoot, Team B Norman is back in the house. You probably finna say ATL ho, ATL.
I got kicked out, man. Like I was doing other shit on my phone, and the phone kicked me out.
Oh yeah. No. Now you come on in here and represent ATL. Let me hear it one time. ATL ho.
Nah, man, I told y'all, man, Brian Norman gonna beat the brakes off the boy. Y'all go see. Then I'm gonna talk my shit.
Air brakes or discs?
It don't matter, nigga. Any brakes.
That man said he gonna beat the brakes off of me. Who was this to saying that? Eric Law say any kind of struggle by Norman makes Boots the Duck looks worse. I'm kind of thrown off by that.
I'm trying to understand it too. My IQ must not be high enough.
I must not be high, which I ain't. So maybe that's why I'm not understanding. Are you saying that?
Okay, so he is a Boots supporter. He from Philly. So he say any kind of struggle by Norman make Boots the Duck look worse. So he's saying that he and have nothing to. Hold on, damn, I thought I understood it.
Oh, okay, I get what he's saying because Brian Norman, I think wasn't it his dad talking about he wanted his son to clear at least $1 million after for the fight, something like that. So
he going against Boots. He calling Boots a duck. Obviously, I was assuming he was supporting the Boots, but he said Boots the duck. So he's saying that if Norman struggled, it makes Boots look bad. Because you being scared of a man that's struggling against Devin Haney.
Okay, that makes sense. I thought he was talking about because they was asking for the $1 million and all that went on. You know what I'm saying? Because we kind of got on the Normans for that. But that makes sense to what he's saying. M. Banks, unfiltered. Shakur rejected the contract from Haney. He should have just took it the way Dev took it with Kambosos, laughing out loud. I really don't know what to say about that. Because in my heart of hearts, I believe the baby world beater, will beat Devin Haney up. Straight up. I don't even think it'd be a close fight. I think if
That's
they
not
got
what
up
he's
under those
saying.
lights.
That ain't what he's
What-
saying though. Because it was a lot of people saying what he said. You know, Devin Haney, he took the short end of the stick to go to Australia and go fight Kambosos for his undisputed title. And I remember they wanted to throw something similar to Shakur Stevenson, and he was like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm too valuable of a commodity to be taking them type of numbers to go fight you." And Haney, you know, he was kind of flexing on that time. My nigga, I took what? I don't know what the numbers was exactly, but just throwing the number out there, like I took 25% to go fight this motherfucker. You can't do the same. Like you too good to take the short end of the sticks for the shot at undisputed. I think that's what he's saying.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. He said, D-Lo say just stating that Devin's superior elite A+ talk went out the window quick. And that's valid.
It did. That was against I think he's saying Ryan, somebody he done been in the ring with 6 times and shit in his life. He got a lot of familiarity with him and all that kind of stuff. So I think that might be a little bit different too. Man, y'all know how that familiarity is a variable that's hard to predict. You know what I'm saying? Norman don't have the same type of knowledge of Devin's game, like being in front of it and shit. He don't have the same familiarity. This is gonna be they fresh on the scene against each other.
Straight out the box.
Fresh out the package, you know what I'm saying?
Who gonna be smoking on who? That's the question. Who gonna smoke who in this fight? Eric Ross said, yeah, because Devin ran to his corner looking for answers versus Loma. Versus Shakur, Devin would probably be asking his grandpa for instructions after he finished talking to Shakur.
Yeah.
So he gonna ask the other corner for help? What should I do?
But you know what? Now that I think about it, that might be a little bit different too, because they got a lot of familiarity with each other, all the rounds of sparring and shit that they didn't had. And I give the edge to Shakur in the total work that I've seen that they had recorded. But Devin did have his moments in that ring against Shakur. He was catching him with some shots and shit too, especially part 2 of that famous sparring session that what Dante Boxing Nation had posted back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Shakur had edged out part 1, and then part 2, got to give that to Haney. And then part 3 that, you know, escaped the internet, that was more Shakur. You know what I'm saying? He was hitting him with 3-punch combinations and shit. But part 2, you got to give it to Devin. So I don't think it'll be no unscathed type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to give Haney a little something. Yeah, we got to give Haney a little bit more credit. He done came up in the doghouse and all that type of shit. This ain't no pampered motherfucker in boxing. Like he done got an Olympic gold medal and just got the red carpet rolled out and shit. He done came up in the doghouse with all these Tank Davises and all these type motherfuckers. Those type of fighters ain't out there in Atlanta. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be in the boxing hotbed areas. DC, New York, Baltimore, Detroit, California. That when you think of boxing, that's what you think of. And that's what Haney came up in. And he actually told Brian Norman Jr., like, man, I ain't know who this dude was till he fought Santillán. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember coming up with this motherfucker. And that stood out to me when he said that shit. Yeah, so I'm going to give Devin Haney a little credit, man. He got a tough background up on him. And they actually got some similarities because both of them started at 17 in Mexico. I didn't even know that about Brian Norman Jr., but he started in Mexico just like Devin Haney.
Yeah, I caught that slice a couple of days ago myself on one of the interviews they was having. So in so many words, I might be being a little too hard on Devin. That's
no, don't change the shit. You know,
I ain't changing. I'm just saying.
Fuck that nigga. Don't change.
Yeah, I ain't changing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just putting my thoughts out there. Whenever I'm saying stuff, it's not to convince nobody to join my side. Y'all put y'all views out there. I put my views out there. Some people in the audience, they might connect with y'all views. They might connect with my views. Well, we just having a discussion. So I ain't trying to get you to change it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, when thoughts come to my mind pertaining to the fight, I just throw them hoes out there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I can respect that. And let me see if I can do D-Lo's thing a little good. He say, GA isn't the hotbed of today, but some real ATGs came from GA. GA! You ain't feeling him? I hope I did that some justice right there.
Yeah, we can say the same about Texas, though, right? You know, we had Jack Johnson and Big George. Big George Foreman, he come from Texas, and a lot of fighters. Donald Carey and all them type motherfuckers. Like we done had some cold people, but it's not a boxing hotbed. It just is what it is. It's a football state. And that's the way I see Georgia. You know what I'm saying? They're a football powerhouse type of state. So I just don't see them as being a boxing hotbed like those other places that I named.
Yeah, and speaking of Texas, San Antonio stand up because Bam Rodriguez is getting ready to fight. Also, ain't he fighting on that card with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think he might be, man, but they disrespecting his opponent though. Not him and his camp, but the odds makers, the odds makers, the boxing community, they ain't giving this motherfucker enough credit. This is an Olympian that he fighting. He tough as hell. He come from Argentina. He done been out in Japan whooping their ass, and you know it's hard to win over there. And he been over there doing his thing. This is a credible opponent. They got him as a big underdog. Last time I saw, Bam was like a 10-1 favorite or 14-1 favorite or some shit like that. I'm like, man, these folks out their mind. Like, I fuck with Bam Rodriguez. He probably my favorite fighter when it comes to skills. But I'm looking at who he been beating. Like, he been beating some good guys. Don't get me wrong, with they old men though. Like Carlos Quadras, man, look at all them wars and shit that he was in before he fought against Bam Rodriguez. He old man, you know what I'm saying? He got his ass whooped. Soran Visa, Southpaw versus Southpaw. You go out there and get stopped in like 7 rounds. But Soran Visa, old man, they've been around the block a whole bunch of times, going to war and shit and all of that. So he caught the geriatric guy again. Then at the same time, he fought against El Gallo. El Gallo hadn't fought in 2 years when he fought against Bam Rodriguez. And he a bad motherfucker. You know, we fuck with El Gallo. We enjoyed this fights and shit he had with Chocolate Tito and all that type of stuff. He's an older guy coming off a 2-year layoff. Now, I don't want to take too much away from my guy Bam, but it is what it is. It ain't like he out here putting the beats on these A-level guys. He beating some past their prime guys and also a guy coming off a 2-year layoff. So I think they need to reel that shit in a little bit. Bam should be the favorite, but not no 10-1. Not nothing double digit. The man should be like maybe a 4-1 favorite to me. This is an Olympian, man, undefeated, a globetrotter. He done fought international. He you know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
man. I feel everything you're saying. I'm gonna just go ahead and quote Bam and say, I ain't worried about all that. I'm coming to take care of business and do what I need to do and go home with the win. That's what my boy from SA said. You know,
well, that's what's right up. Like I said, that's my favorite guy. But this guy, he's back, and he ain't past his prime. He in his 20s. So this is a different equation than what we've been seeing in the Bam fights. He's been fighting older guys, and the other guys that he was beating that was a little bit younger, they wasn't on Fernando Martinez's level. They wasn't Olympians and all that shit. So, yeah, man, they need to put some more respect on Fernando Martinez's name. I honestly won't be surprised if he get the upset because he can really fight like a motherfucker.
So this could be the stage setting for Bam's, really, his true coming out party if he pulls this victory off.
Hey, favorites do not fare well in Riyadh. Turkey, he ain't gonna put you in a lot of showcase fights. He gonna put you in there with somebody that's hitting back. Motherfucker.
And yeah, damn Turkey will do that.
Man, I'm telling you, pick Champ Ross fights, you be doing good all week. Then you get to Riyadh and fall off like a motherfucker. Because Turkey got you out there with landmine fights. That shit'll blow up on you in a heartbeat. And this could be one of them fights. Also, Abdullah Mason, Sam Noakes. I know people don't know about Sam Noakes, but he actually trained with Shador and got the stamp from Shador. Shador said the dude had something. He had some real power and shit. He said he stood in there, took a shot, got rocked a little bit, felt it. You know what I'm saying? But he said Sam Noakes can fight. So this might be another one. You know, young Abdullah Mason, he got over there getting some of this Turkey money. Turkey gonna put you in there with a motherfucker that's fighting back. This is a UK 3.5 we talking about. This man was a multiple-time national champion over there. Last time we saw a guy like that, we could say Josh Padley. You know what I'm saying? He had went out there and got the upset over Mark. What's that motherfucker name? That's Mark Chamberlain. He beat Mark Chamberlain. Then he came out short notice and he fought against Shakur Stevenson and had a good account of himself until he got hurt with them body shots. You know what I'm saying? But Sam Noakes might be, he might be a surprise like that. Sam Noakes might be like that. He might be like a diamond in the rough or some shit. Yeah.
Well, I spoke on it earlier. I was like, you know, Top Rank do well with getting their boys, getting their fighters moved in the right direction. So this is another fight that you know, like I said, I didn't know a lot. I don't know a lot about Noakes, but I do believe that Mason, this is a chance for him to shine up under some pretty bright lights. You know, Riyadh season do shine pretty brightly when it's time to step out there in the ring. So I'm looking for him to go out there and look good. If he get a stoppage, I'll be surprised. But a boxing clinic, possibly.
Yeah, he's not really like a boxing clinic guy though. He'll beat your ass guy. You know what I'm saying? That's why he give you the opportunity to hit him. That's why he had that one fight with that Spanish guy that had dropped him like twice in the fight. He ended up getting him up out of there with a 3-6 combination from the southpaw stance. It was pretty, but he still had some little trouble. He was holding the phone on shots and he wasn't tight enough and he still was getting caught. And this guy, Sam Noakes, he seen now some real power behind his punches. So if he stepped to him in a beat your ass type of fashion and he leaves some holes and Sam Noakes filled them holes with some hard shots, it could be some problems for the young guy. You know, this is a young guy. This ain't like a developed, experienced motherfucker that's 27, 28 years old. This dude's still pretty young. But I do like the Top Rank backing that he got. You know what I'm saying? Top Rank know how to build fighters. He done been in there with some guys that can fight back a little bit. This is a major step up in my opinion, though. And sometimes step up fights don't go the way that you anticipate them going.
I can understand. Devin acts like he's playing the part at times. That's from D-Lo. And Napoleon Armstrong, Devin has to fight to win. No straight up running with no offense. These are the moments Norman needs. Now, if you're saying that, true. If Devin is using movement within the ring, that's what I kept speaking on. The Normans have had. How can I say it right? The Normans have to have a game plan to be able to cut off the real estate for Devin. If they can't cut off the real estate, then yeah, I can see Devin trying to cruise to a point victory like that. But if the Normans are what they say they are, if they are able to cut off the ring, because I understand them, you know, they steady talking about his power and all this stuff, both hands, he can rock you with both hands and all this, but it won't do you no good if you can't put your opponent in a position where you can land these shots. It's detrimental for the Norman Jr. to be able to cut off the ring. He's gonna have to do that. And if he does get Devin in trouble and Devin tries to lock him up, he got to get out of that. He cannot be willing to let Devin hold on in that fight. He going to have to shrug him off, get him off, whatever he needs to do to get that space to continue working on Devin. That's what he's going to have to do if he wants to be victorious in the way he's saying he's going to be victorious. Other than that, it could be a long night for Norman, for the simple fact he'll have to be chasing him around. If he can't cut off the ring and he's just following Devin, then that's not gonna work for him. That's not gonna work for him at all. We won't get a chance to see the power shots that he supposedly possess and all that. We won't get to see it if he can't cut off that ring.
Yeah, and also the fight that we saw Devin Haney do all that moving and shit, and had a very low punch output. Combined as a fight, they had a low punch output. I think they was close to they was one of them fights that was close to breaking the record. But he still was able to get some offense off in some spots and shit. He had Ramirez hurt a few times. I remember D-Lo was like, man, if he would have stood there and put them bees on the motherfucker, he could have got him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So he was punching a little bit. It wasn't enough to my liking, you know what I'm saying? But he was punching a little bit. But maybe he'll feel a little bit more comfortable in this fight, though, like I said, because the two, like Ramirez and Ryan Garcia, they 5'10". You know what I'm saying? he not really used to being in there with a guy that's bigger than him, taller than him. Now he got a guy that's a little bit shorter than him. I think he's gonna be a little bit more comfortable in this type of situation. But we'll see though, man, because he could still be comfortable, and all it takes is one catch and shoot from Norman, and the motherfucker be hurt, and things could go differently. He might lose his confidence or something like that, even if he is to survive. But I think if you keep it boring, keep it clean, keep it classy, I think you got a chance to beat this guy on points by hook or by crook, legitimately or politics.
Okay. Eric all say, no, I misspoke. Makes Norman ducking boots look worse. I thought that's what he was getting at, but I wasn't for sure. But I appreciate you clearing it up.
All right.
He said, I'm saying the reason why Norman ducked boots, like waiting for Devin, was the play. Huh. Yeah. Well, you can't be mad at that because, maybe in their eyes, Devin is the play. Maybe to them, Devin is food. You going against Boots, who's hot. He was hot when they was having that conversation. Just came off a good stoppage of my boy Stanionis. So he went out there and stopped Stanionis. It might make you look at it and say, you know what, maybe we should pick on Devin a little bit and try to swing back around to Boots at some later time. But Boots going to 54 now, so you don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, and if I listen to the way Norman described his sparring session with Boots, especially the first one, it sounded like he took a wide ass whooping off in the sparring session. So he might not have, he been talking big and shit, but he on the real, he might not have looked at Boots as somebody that's an easy win. Shit, he know what that motherfucker coming with. Them hands fast. He got some power with that shit. He got a high work rate. He will beat your ass in that ring. So yeah.
Good athleticism.
Hell yeah.
Very good athleticism. I think he's a little more athletic than Norman.
Who the more athletic between Norman and Haney?
If I would have to go by it, I would think Devin could move better than Norman. That's why I'm pushing so hard, saying that I believe that Norman had to been working on some footwork so they can cut off the ring. If they haven't been working on that, he's gonna be at a deficit when it comes to fighting Haney because Haney can move around. And if Haney get to feeling himself and moving around and throwing some shots and getting out the way quick, then yeah, he can look real good. Now there are some aspects of it that he could pull to himself and make himself look hot. But I don't know. I'm not for sure if that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think that Norman, he is definitely athletic, but if I would just look at him, I'm thinking running back, cornerback, some shit like that. Like he look like an athletic guy, but he muscular. When I look at Haney, he look like a boxer to me. He ain't got the muscles and shit. He got more like the freestyle swimmer type of body. You know what I'm saying? More streamlined, a body that's made to go long distances. When I look at Norman, he looked more like a fast twitch type of guy. So I think he probably, they both athletic, but I think they athletic in different ways. And I think that's one reason why he got more power than Haney, because he got them fast twitch muscles and shit he can put on the motherfucker. But like I said, when I seen him fight Santee, and them shots look a little stiff. And when I was looking at that, I'm like, are those the punches that's gonna be landing on Devin Haney? And I started having some real second thoughts on that shit. And in conjunction with the politics, I'm not sure, man. I'm gonna have to go ahead and take Devin Haney, man.
Well, it's one of those times that me and you on a different side of the fence. I'm going with Norman, you going with Haney, and we'll come around later and see who pulled it off.
No, we gonna see Saturday, nigga. We're gonna be in there watching the fight, talking shit. Y'all pull up to the Discord. I already know Napoleon ain't coming, so he ain't got to come because he said he don't like watching fights with everybody. He rather watch by himself. But all the rest of my niggas that will be watching fights, man, y'all pull up to the Discord. We're going to be up in there talking shit, smoking weed, sipping drink, and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come through.
Yeah, I can sip something. That's all I can do now. I ain't on big boy status on the porch putting clouds in the sky.
Yeah, but Yasser gonna be in there with me though. You don't nobody smoke big like Yasser. I think Yasa one of the coldest smoking motherfuckers in the world. Bullshit. That motherfucker don't just roll up some weed. That motherfucker had the weed mixed with the hash, mixed with some rosin, and man, that Yasa a smoking motherfucker, and be smoking them hoes all night. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have to take a 2-week vacation to go visit his ass.
Yeah, well, I said, man, I need to come out there. He be like, shit, come on, I'm gonna pick you up from the airport and we go kick it like a motherfucker.
Oh man, I could have met. Can I think that would be a great ass vacation?
Yeah, that would be
Great
some player
vacation.
shit. Yeah, that would be some player shit, square business.
Go out there and get lit with my boy Yasser.
Yeah.
Talk that talk and be out there like, ah. And I know right now, since I've been clean, but I know I get lit now. Ah, boy.
Well, you gonna be paranoid smoking that shit. That if you ain't smoked in a long time and you smoke with Yasser for the first time, I don't think that's gonna go well. For real. That's too much, nigga. Hash and strong weed and rosin and all this shit that he be putting off in there. Man, your ass gonna be over there paranoid. You gonna be thinking folks out to get you and all type of shit.
Hell no. I'm gonna be right there with my boy talking shit. Roll up another one, yes. Roll up another one. But I'm telling you, I made a group called the Swisher Sweet Bandits. Get up out the smoke session.
Yeah.
Made them say, MZ, don't roll another one, man. I can't do it no more, man. You win. God damn it, tell me then. Tell me.
Yeah, that ain't
I'm like
that
an old champ sitting on the side looking.
Yeah, that ain't that hash and loud rosin and all that shit though. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, I think Yasser put Snoop Dogg on his motherfucking ass. Snoop Dogg ain't smoking that shit that Yasser smoke every day. That's just how he smoke every day. Ain't no just rolling up weed, nigga. I'm talking about every day. This man on some crazy shit. He'll get with Willie Nelson and all them motherfuckers. Man, I got 100% belief in what I'm saying.
Yasser you keep talking, you gonna make me tell my wife I'm going across the pond.
Nigga, Yasser is a bona fide 5 when it comes to smoking that gas. Real shit.
Not a bona fide 5.
Yeah.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. We be in there going shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
I'll mess around. Yasser, help me write. Help me make a beat. Let me put up something real quick.
I don't even know how he the most consistent fight predictor on the corner too. Then they get on that strong shit and be picking some good fight.
It be giving him clarity.
It be letting them know, man.
That's right. You let him know, hey, this is where you need to go. This is what you need to do. Banks say, I think Shakur would win. I'm pretty sure he's saying, I just wish they would have done it by now. I can't wait to see them ninjas young laughing out loud. Okay. I get it.
Nah, he was saying I can't. He was saying I can't wait because they young.
Oh,
they ain't that young, right? That shit. They ain't too far from 30. Yeah, they ain't too far from 30.
They right around the corner. Eric I say, I'm not calling Moose a duck. I'm on the Norman's helmet. But rooting for Brian Newman to beat Devin. Let me put it on up there. It's been long enough time for the Haneys to show us what they got. The YouTube multiverse believing. I don't know, but I'm not in that multiverse. I'm on the other side looking, saying, I think Devin going down. I think Devin going. He gonna take another. He gonna take a loss that he can't sue his way out of.
Yeah, he might be due for one. Yeah, he might be due for one. We're gonna see.
What are the odds? D-Lo asking, what are the odds for Mason versus Noakes?
I think they're about 5-1, if I ain't mistaken. Let me see real quick. I gotta pull it up on
all right, I'm gonna do a little more reading. I like Boots' opponents. He's a dog, and he hurt some Filipino fighters on the bounce. Was on the floor last time, but still won the fight.
And you said Boots. You talking about Bam?
I meant to say Bam.
Yeah. Hold on real quick before I respond to that. Abdullah Mason right now, he is at minus 430. He opened at minus 550. That's what I thought I saw. So he opened at minus 550 over Sam Noakes. Sam Noakes can fight though. But you talking about Bam's opponent, he's a dog, and he hurt some Filipinos on the bounce, was on the floor last time and still won the fight. Yeah, he got some toughness to him, man. I don't think he should be as big of an underdog as what he is in this fight for sure. Let me see what the odds is to this odds are to this fight. See, yeah, they got Bam at minus 1,200 right now, but he opened at minus 750. So they did have some more respect when they opened the fight. It's the people that's betting on the fight that got the odds so wide. But yeah, I think this might be a trap type fight or something, man. This is a motherfucker that's coming to fight back. He ain't coming to kiss the ring and all that other type of shit. He's coming to fight back, man. But I do think Bam is a special fighter, so I think he deserves to be the favorite. I think he gonna win the fight. That's my guy. But I would not be surprised if he gets more resistance than we're anticipating going into the fight.
Hold up. Hold the hell up. I done went down at the bottom. They own me talking about Yasser. Wait a minute, hold on. Great assessment, Eric R. Yasser is the definition of the Cloud King. Yasser gonna have MZ in the pigeon coop. Yasser gonna have MZ arguing with T'Challa and the airbender in the speed realm. He the baby world beater of weed. Hold up. Y'all just gonna disrespect MZ like that? And I know why y'all doing it, because I done stepped away from the game. But y'all remember, don't forget where Big E at. Big E, let them know, man. Put something in the chat. Don't let them run off with me like that, because I'll get in there and hold my own. I'm telling you, y'all just don't know. I've been smoking. Well, I was smoking. I started at 9 years old. Didn't stop till 55. Y'all got to give me some respect on this here, man. Y'all
it's just levels, OG. That's the only thing. Yeah, when you started, the weed only had 5% THC or some shit. You know
Hold up. Man said when you started, weed was a baby.
Yeah, it was. You know that's how that shit was. That shit wasn't that strong. Niggas was smoking Reggie and shit back then. And now the weed is in the 30% and all that type of shit. And not only is he on that, he putting hash off in it. That shit 60, 70%. The type of hash he be getting. And he don't get one type of hash either. He gets several types of hash to put in that shit. And he putting live rosin and all that shit off in there. That shit be like in the 80% and all that type of shit. If you ain't smoked in a long time and this is your first time smoking, I don't think you need to go in like that. And one of the main reasons I say that, because I had quit smoking for a year, and I had went to Alabama. I was down there fucking with my partner and shit, and we were chilling with some of his people from work, and one of them was like, "Yeah, man, I got a grip of bud at the house and all this other type of shit. Man, we go there and smoke something, chill." Went to this motherfucker house. He rolled up a blunt. I got to smoking that shit, and like I said, I ain't smoked in a year. Nigga, I was in there paranoid. I'm thinking these niggas done got me over here trying to kill me and all that type of shit. Bro, I started smoking. I hit it for the first time at 12 and started smoking regularly at 14. So I done been around the block a few times, and this was just a weed, bro. This was just a regular blunt. I couldn't imagine coming off a year layoff and going straight to some fucking high-level THC weed mixed with some hash, might be even more than one different types of hash, and some live rosin. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever had live rosin?
Yeah, I told you my son-in-law hooks me up every time I go to California. Well, he ain't been able to hook me up lately because I can't smoke. But he would. My son-in-law go hard too. Yes, the only thing Yasser had me over there doing is trying to eat up all the fish and chips.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you about a plus 750 underdog or something if you go over there fucking with Yasser. The Yasser, I think he gonna be around a minus 1,300. That he gonna have you in that pigeon coop.
Nah, I ain't going in no pigeon coop. I'm gonna come back and make everybody proud.
If you don't go in the pigeon coop, you're gonna be asleep the whole time you over there, and you ain't gonna even enjoy yourself. You're gonna be knocked out asleep.
Me over there eating up everything. I'll be eating shit that I ain't even know I liked.
And while you doing all that, Yasser still rolling them bitches up and passing them to you too. It ain't, nigga, don't run.
I ain't turning down nothing but my collar.
But yeah, that would be a cool play, a little vacation or something, though, man. I actually thought about that shit. Sliding over there to see what's up with my boy.
Eric also say these YNs who spent a lot of their prime laying on silk sheets. So their young pit bull Devin all these years later is looking like a labradoodle, like the Jacksons living with the Drummonds.
I'm gonna give him respect for his background, though, man. Devin came up in some tough conditions in the gym, man. He coming up in the doghouse and shit. You know, he was sparring against professionals when he was like 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give my boy Devin a little bit of respect, man.
I ain't disrespecting him. I'm just saying I feel like he in trouble this fight. He said Bam did.
No, I'm talking about his comment, like he came up soft. Oh. Yeah, he's talking like he came up soft.
Oh no, he came up in Mexico. He came down that road, the Mexican road. He said Bam did fight Sonny Edwards. How does he compare to this guy Bam's fighting now?
Oh, I forgot about Sonny Edwards, but he can't punch for shit. He was only like a 3, maybe a 3.5, depending on how much you respect the system over there, the amateur system in the UK. But this guy would be favored over Sonny Edwards, though. He's an Olympian and shit, tough as a motherfucker. I would definitely favor him over Sonny Edwards.
Okay. Who would you like to see Rafael Espinoza fight next after his win this weekend? Carrington was saying he wants it. The performance against Sagawa still bothers him, laughing out loud.
Yeah, shit. I want to see him fight against Carrington. Shoot. You know, Shoot say he want that fight. They both on the same side of the street and all that type of shit, top ranked fighters. I think it's gonna be hard to beat Espinosa though, man. That's an emergency fighter for that weight class. 126. This motherfucker, how tall is he? 6'1" or 6'2" or some shit like that at 126, knocking motherfuckers out. Already to win out there and beat a bona fide 5 and Robeisy Ramirez. The first fight he was a good fight, a war. He got dropped in the fight and all that shit. It was like in the 5th round that Robeisy Ramirez hit him with the lead right hook from the southpaw stance and he dropped him. But he got right back on his ass. Hurt him late in the fight. It was like the 12th round. He dropped Robeisy, and that sealed the win for majority decision. Then he got that 10% boost and started feeling like a champion. Came back in the rematch and got him up out of there in about 6th round. Hit the motherfucker with the right hand. Robeisy said, I can't even see no more. This motherfucker hitting so hard out here. So, yeah, that motherfucker he went blind in there. Hey, that's the same thing that happened to Hector Garcia when he had fought against Tank. Yeah, Tank hit him with that looping left hand from the southpaw stance, and motherfucker said he can't see no more. But Rafael Espinosa is a real problem. He a beast in that weight class. He one of them David Benavidez type motherfuckers, them big monster motherfuckers for their weight class. And he whooping ass. And I think he'll beat Shushu, but that is the fight that I would like to see next.
Hey, so he 6'2" at that small weight class, so he another Towering Inferno.
Yeah, but he deadlier than the Towering Inferno though, because his punches are sharper, they're more piercing. You know, the Towering Inferno, he ain't got the same type of power as this guy. This guy is really hurting people in that ring. He one of the rare fighters that I bet a knockout on. I stay away from knockouts as much as I can, but when it comes to him, he one of the only people we done bet a knockout on.
I'm sitting here thinking y'all gonna have Yasser coming in on the replay, hitting me up talking about, yeah, MZ, you know, I'll put you up under the bed. I know he gonna come back and say something like that.
That's the boogeyman, man. The boogeyman gonna come get you. You already know the come.
I ain't nervous at all. I take that challenge willfully.
Yeah, he called himself the boogeyman. That motherfucker, our boy Derek Bailey had came in there talking about, I want Yasser. I'm walking Yasser down this weekend and all that shit. Man, I did not co-sign that shit at all. I said, I do not know about that. That's a motherfucking champion. He consistent. He be whooping the ass every season. I got to put my money on Yasser on that one. Yasser went out there and put his ass in the blender and drug his ass in the river, just like I thought he was going to do.
Oh, he wants some. Ain't that cold, y'all?
Yeah.
He said, Napoleon Armstrong said, only thing is, Noakes don't move his head. Dangerous. Mason's vulnerable too. The youngster, man, I feel like he got a high ceiling. I understand he got set down twice in that fight, but he came back and won. Like you said, he got that 3-6. Said he ended it with a 3-6. I think
Yeah,
the
yeah,
young
3-6,
dude,
that 3-6 combination. Yeah. Lead right
Yeah,
hook came back with the left uppercut.
I think him and his family, I think his dad and him, I think they on the right path. I think they training right. I think they keeping his mind on the business, keeping his mind on his skills and everything. I'm looking for the dude to become a star. I'm looking for him to be a household name in a couple of years. And I have to say a couple of years because the fights just don't happen fast enough. But I give Brian Norman kudos because right after his fight, he was stating that he is signed up to fight, signed up with this fight. I think he said 7 days after his last fight. He had hurried up and jumped on the fight with Devin. So that also to me is speaking loud that he had no problem with going ahead and taking that fight.
Yeah, one thing about Abdullah Mason that kind of concerns me, it's the same thing with Bruce Ennis. Like, they very talented and they beat your ass fighters, and this could be a plus and a minus at the same time. So, like, they ain't have a lot of amateur fights, you know what I'm saying, relatively to a lot of the guys that's at the top in the game. So, like, not Brian Norman, but Abdullah Mason, he was like 60-5 or something like that, 65-5, somewhere off in there. I ain't seen it in a long time. And Bruce Ennis, he was like 58-3. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't relatively, you got people with 200-300 amateur fights and all that kind of shit. So they ain't got that long, drawn out experience that a lot of guys have, but that could be a good thing because that means that they don't have as much wear and tear. And with they type of styles where they coming to try to beat the brakes off you and not try to outclass you and win on points, they trying to really put hurt on you and put your ass on your back. That could be a good thing because they're going to take some shots. And we done seen it from both guys. We done seen Ennis take shots. We done seen Abdullah Mason take shots. You know what I'm saying? So what I hold against them as far as the experience with the amateur background, with the number of fights, it could be a plus on the back end because they don't have as much wear and tear.
Oh, shoot. Our sister that stepped into the building, Armin Brown 09. What's up, sis? AB. She said, hey, MZ, Trey X, Mods, and the chats. Blessings.
Salute to my Amazon Angel. What's going down with you?
Shoot, that's a good pop in. They say Mr. Nice Guy Weed. Get out of here with that D-Lo. Been smoking since I was 2. Napoleon Armstrong. Did I skip anything while I'm down there? Oh, yeah. He said, the hype feel to Norman. Wait, no, that's not it either. Norman was trying to fight. Okay. No, Noakes is all right. He said, hip hop number 1. Noakes is all right. I'm from the UK. Seen most of his fights. Good power puncher. Went distant with doable French fighters one time. With a doable French fighter one time. I think Mason's has too much in his arsenal for him.
There you go.
Number 1. Rolling with old Mason. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm taking Mason too. I just think Noakes gonna fight back though. Might catch him with a few shots. Let's see how it's gonna go down. But I'm definitely taking Mason in the fight.
Okay. He said, "Will Allah run from Jesus in Riyadh?" I don't know what that.
Yeah, you talking about Haney versus Brian Norman?
Yeah, I know. D-Lo would put a T up there, but I don't know what he was about to say. He must have made a mistake. That's that old man kicking in. Norman was trying to fight Boots after the Japan fight. Turkey tried to make Haney versus Boots. Boots then said, "No, I must move up to 152/154." He fought at a catch weight?
Yeah, I don't even remember that shit. He went from Stan Jonas to that guy, I don't remember his name, that Southpaw that got the win over Shervonte Koopman. He stopped him in 1 round. I thought that was just a straight 154 fight. I didn't even know that was at 152.
Neither did I. I didn't know Moosehead fought at a catch weight. He say the Haney fight failed to Norman because Norman was on their list. Huh. But Turkey offered to fight to Haney next. Have it yet last. Usually a 20 ring for championships, right? 20 by 20?
Yeah, some shit like that.
I'll say Haney looks better athletic by build, but Devin is clumsier than I expected when I see him in the ring. You think Devin kind of clumsy in the ring? Only when he like getting caught and he off balance, then yeah, he quite clumsy. The only thing that scares me about Devin if he get caught with something serious, it takes him so it to me it takes him too long to get his wits back about him.
Yeah, that's a very strong point that you just made right there. He's not the type of guy to get hurt and shake it off. Now he do got the wherewithal to do what he got to do to survive and hear the last bell. But when he get hurt, he stay hurt for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like when he had fought against Linares, I think Linares hurt him in like at the end of the 8th or the 9th, and it seemed like he was hurt for the remainder of the fight. He did get hurt against Ryan, and he was able to get back into the fight and tied the scorecards up and all that type of shit. So I'll give him some credit on that. But he still didn't quite look like himself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you put a hard shot on him, it stays with him for a while.
And I believe because Ryan, in my opinion, when Ryan did get him hurt a couple of times, Ryan didn't push the issue. I'm thinking that the Norman Jr. I'm thinking if he gets Devin hurt, I think he's gonna try to push the issue. I think that would be the difference. That he would try to push the issue, or he'd turn the heat up. If he could hurt Devin, I think he'd turn the heat up on him.
Yeah, make sure you pull up. Oh yeah, I forgot your anniversary and shit. Yeah, my bad. I was gonna tell you, make sure you pull up to the fight with I forgot you got your anniversary.
I'm gonna try to squeeze through there though. You know what I'm saying? If I had the phone up under the table or something, just depending on where me and Mama at. Might be able to pull it. She might just say, "You want to watch the fight? Go ahead, watch the fight." You know, she could be sweet like that sometimes.
You do come on early, and you got the remainder of the day to wine and dine.
Oh yeah, that's right. You sure right.
It's in Riyadh, and you know, shit. You want to have your fun in the evening. Take her out to eat, maybe go see a movie or see some type of show or whatever the case may be. You got the whole evening.
I missed this one. Yeah, somebody had MZ like Hector had Smokey.
Yeah, man. Yeah, she might let you go for it then, man. Enjoy the fight. You know, take a shopping later on or something. Put something on your trick bill for your wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's your wife.
Ain't
no wrong.
I know. I'm gonna surprise her with some flowers. See, she in Houston right now, so I got time to like kind of plan for myself. So when she come back, I know she's gonna be trying to say, "Let's do that." No, calm down, slow down. Let me work this. You just ride with me. You sit over there, just ride. Be cute. Let me do what I got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out the old school on her. Let her know what it's about. Show her that I appreciate her.
The foley talking about Trey said reefer versus loud. Absolutely. You know they was smoking that reefer back in the day, man. That was some good days though. I used to smoke reefer too back in the day. Shit. I smoked Reggie and all that shit.
Reefer done changed his name, then grew, got on steroids and all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Nice killer and crush him and shoot him up, and you just think of a name: shoot to the moon, shoot for the stars, burn in the sun, lava, all kind of shit. Oh, how I miss it.
This shit totally different because I remember I used to play poker back in the day. And we were still smoking Reggie. This was like in the early 2000s, or like the mid 2000s. This before the lab really just took over the way it took over. I used to smoke weed. That shit used to make me concentrate. I used to be off in there focused. But when I started smoking that loud, nigga, I'd be in a brain dead. Nigga, I lose every single time I smoke that gas and go play poker. My brain just don't function on that shit like at a high level. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I do
feel
not
you.
smoke that gas before I go to the poker table, my nigga.
I feel MZ smoking some weed is like Spence versus Crawford. I must gonna be Crawford then. I must gonna be Crawford because stop it. Yasser gonna yell out the pressure. We get active. Ha ha! We sure do. Pass me another. He said his passport is on the way. Y'all let me know when y'all going. I don't smoke, but I'm not against watching and enjoying. You ain't gonna be sitting over there laughing at me.
Who said that?
That's what Eric Carr said.
Yeah.
He gonna come back saying that boy MZ a beast.
Yeah, Yasser, not Yasser, but Eric Carr, he a globetrotter too. That motherfucker.
Yeah, he be all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, he giving Devin some props here. He said Devin came up tough. I'm saying since getting the paydays, I don't see the same passion and development that I see when I look at Shakur. Shakur don't mention his past opponents.
Oh yeah, I never thought he was on Shakur level. But yeah, I definitely got to respect his background and shit though. I think what hindered his development was probably pride and shit, like his pops and all that kind of stuff. He probably should have stayed with Mayweather Senior as long as he could. He should have rolled that train to the off the rails, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I would have
been a smart move. Possible. But what's his damn daddy's name? Bill. Bill just couldn't stay out the way.
Yeah.
He say Devin talk about his resume like he's sitting at a round table with other Hall of Famers. Now I can attest to that. He is one of the guys that when he speak, it's like he didn't conquer the world already. I give him his props. He has been undisputed and things of that nature. He beat Lomachenko, even though a lot of people felt like Lomachenko took the fight in the later half. But that's not what the judges said. So
he officially got the win. Yep.
Right. So giving him his props on that level, I had no problem with that. I give him that 100%. But this weekend coming up, yeah, he gonna have to show and prove to make me change my tone, and I'll be glad to come on here and change my tone for him. But he gonna have to do it.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna be salty if Norman win because I think he better for boxing. But yeah, I think Haney gonna be in the record books right now. Like he gonna be remembered. He is an undisputed champion from this era. He did get a win over Lomachenko. He is going to be remembered, and he already like smelling the coffee and shit. That might not be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Over there counting your money before you cash out the game. You never count your money until the dealing is done, right? And he over there counting his money already, talking about what he done and shit. So that might not be a good sign. We'll see about the shit.
Okay. Armin Brown said we caught her up laughing out loud. Her son had a game tonight. Did he win? Did they win? Let us know. He said no. Boots told Haney he would only fight him at 152 catchweight, not for the titles at 147.
Oh, okay.
Huh. I didn't know that. Say Devin was still drunk when he stumbled into Lanier's locker room and asked him, "How's my power?" That's the fight that he asked when old boy caught him through the 4 punch and caught him with the last. That's that fight. Oh my goodness, I do remember him going, "How's my power?" Who does that other than Devin Haney?
Yeah, Norman wouldn't do that shit more than likely. I gotta admit that.
I don't know no other fighter that run up in there and say, "How was my power?"
Your boy Caleb Plantwood, and you over there asking Canelo how am I a great fighter and all that shit?
Did you have to go there?
Yes, absolutely. That's very comparable. That's a comparable situation, my dear brother. Hell, that ain't too much different. That's congruent. You understand me?
He was in the ring though. They were still throwing punches. He was talking shit. That's what he was. I'm great, ain't I?
That's the worst place. You in the heat of battle asking a man, do he see you as a great fighter? After the fight, many fighters exchange pleasantries in the locker room and all that type of shit. But inside the ring, you over here trying to get approval from your opponent. Hell, fuck being congruent. That's worse. That's what that is. That's worse. You in the heat of battle talking about can I fight? Trying to get approval from your opponent. At least Devin did wait till after the fight where they exchanging pleasantries.
Oh my God. He say walk right into that plant said damn. Eric, I'm about to put him on mute. He say Linares was like, nah, mofo. How's my power? Yeah. Well, we know how his power was. Shit. He sent his ass stiff leg to the corner. This man said, take her to the show and see something romantic, like Predator Badlands.
That's kind of romantic. You know, she gonna be grabbing up on you for your protection and shit. You know how it go when you go see the scary movie.
That movie ain't scary. My wife a straight thug gangster when it come down to it. She be like, nah, we have to go. She want to see something scary. But I went and saw that the other day with my son and my daughter. We had us a little night out the other night when I got home from work. Went out there and chilled. Had a nice little time.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So I guess this is a Yassa. This got to be another Yassa thing. Megala Gorilla.
Magilla Gorilla.
Magilla Gorilla.
Yeah, that's from back in your day.
Is Magilla Gorilla the one that used to do the huffing and puffing? Oh no, that's Hippo Hurricane Holler.
Wasn't he like a purple gorilla or something like that?
Yeah, he was purple, but I'm trying to remember. It was something that he used to do. I can't remember what he used to do.
That was before my time, brother. That's why I said that's your day.
Yeah, I know that was a cartoon that I grew up on. I was a little dude watching Magilla Gorilla, and what's the fucking hurricane dude name? The Hippo Hurricane Holler. I can't remember his name. He used to like suck you in a lot of air. They had a time machine balloon that he would blow his air and shoot the balloon across the sky, and they go to a different time. That was the real stuff back in the day. Real cartoons. Nowadays, these cartoons is boy, girl, and all kind of nonsense. I can't even understand them today.
Yeah, Magilla Gorilla, I'm looking at him right now. He wasn't purple. He just had the purple hat and bow tie on. Yeah, but that's back in your day. Huh?
Okay, you just said back in my day enough time for us to get it. You know what I'm saying? You just said that the point is well taken.
Well, recognize it and read it right, man. What you call the guy? Magenta Gorilla or some shit?
No, I was thinking about the Megalodon, Gorilla that fought. He was the fake King Kong fighting Godzilla. My mind was on the monster movie.
Oh, okay. I think I tried to watch that shit one day and fell asleep on that shit.
What's that?
King Kong versus Godzilla.
The newer one?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, I liked it.
Yeah, not saying it was a bad movie. I tell you, I just frequently fall asleep on movies, especially when I try to watch them by myself. But it is one that I attempted to watch.
I can honestly say, I appreciate the way they got Godzilla and Kong looking, as opposed to what they looked when I was young. You know what I'm saying? The graphics and everything they got up today really make them look like true hardcore monsters that's going at it.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Was that the movie where Kong was over there with that little girl and shit? And like at the very beginning of the movie, like they showed him he waking up or something, and that little girl out there with him. And not only did he fight Godzilla, he fought this one monster that was flying or something.
Yeah, that wait, is that the one? Yeah, that's the one. He fought a few monsters in that. Yeah. But Godzilla whooped his ass.
Yeah, I'm just saying, was that the same movie that we talking about?
Yeah, that's the one. Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
Godzilla put that foot down in his chest and stomped it. Bitch, say I'm the champ.
Yeah. I ain't get that far. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you sound like you fell asleep after the rolling credits started.
Yeah, I ain't.
All you seen was him waking up in the little girl. That's straight the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
You'd have missed everything.
Yeah.
What am I? Oh, come to you remind me of something. So I'm talking to this cat at work today, right? And we having a good little white dude. You know, me and him got. You know, we kind of. You know, I can call him little white dude. He talking like he on my level, and then he fuck around and said he was born in 1990. I was like, what the fuck? I got a kid your age. You gotta start calling me Pop. Then this motherfucker gonna tell me, that's why I've been calling you Pop. Get your ass away from me.
What did he say he was on your level in though?
No, you know, we was talking about movies and stuff like that, and he was really talking about some stuff that, you know, come from my time and things that he really enjoyed. And, you know, as we started going, he started saying, oh, I don't remember that. I'm like, how you not remember that? We were just talking about, you know, we just talking about like Spectre Man and stuff like that. We was on one of those conversations, Space Giants and Spectre Man and Ultraman, you know, things from my childhood that I thought I could share with somebody. And come to find out, he had fooled me. He knew nothing about none of them.
Yeah, I ain't surprised to hear that he born in 90. Hell, I don't even know about them people you talking about. Born in the 80s.
Born in the 80s. Okay. I didn't get, man. So let me tell you what I did the other day, because remember I told you my wife had told me that I could hit the senior citizen menu now, right?
Yeah.
So me and a couple of my classmates, we took lunch. We ran up in Chili's. So I decided to go and throw it out there. What y'all got for 55 and up? So a girl say, we take off 3%. I said, oh, well, let me get that fajita plate with the chicken, shrimp, and beef. Oh man, I ate so good that day for such a nice cheap price. It was lovely.
Yeah, so that's gonna be your new shit everywhere you go.
That's every time I go somewhere, I'm gonna say, y'all got something for the seniors? Let me know what y'all got. But when I told old girl that, she looked at me like, what? Bitch, I'm a senior. Bring me the looking at me like that. Bring me the damn menu so I can go ahead and order something, trying to act like I'm too young. Come on. I know I got the look of a youngster, but bring me that plate. Bring me that cheap stuff.
Yeah, no shame in your game, nigga. You don't need none.
None at all. Proud of the fact.
Yeah.
They say 90 Ninjas don't even know about the Thundercats and the Tiger Sharks. Thundercats. Oh man, that used to be the thing. Lion-O, Chitara, Snarf. What was the black dude? Well, you know he was black. The Panthro, something. The Silverhawks. Oh, look at Eric R trying to show he got something going back in the game.
Yeah, I don't even remember it like that. I remember watching it, but I don't remember no details about it. I used to be watching He-Man and all that shit. I don't remember none of that shit.
And the Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
Skeletor was a motherfucker.
Yeah, I had the toy sets and all that shit, but I don't remember no details from the show. Too young.
I feel you. Snarf and was doing their thing, man.
Yeah, Eric R, I think he about
he came out with She-Ra.
I think Eric R was born like 81 or something like that.
Eric R was born in 65. He just trying to pretend like he was born in 81.
Nah, that motherfucker, he born about 81, but he think he looked like he was born in 2001.
Don't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody around this mother look pretty young. I ain't seen none of y'all look old. I like that. Way to handle y'all business and take care of y'allselves.
Shit, nigga, I be rocking the gray and shit, nigga. I don't be giving a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love the way my grading came in. My goatee got the gray at the bottom. I still got a little black on the top. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, I'm looking distinguished right now. Got me a captain's hat. You know what I'm saying? We finally got our uniforms. And this hat that I wanted, it looked like a captain hat. And everybody was like, oh man, you gonna get that hat. But when I put that bitch on and walked up in that building, should have seen how his was turning. They're like, ooh, that bitch clean. I know. What you think I picked it for? They talking about the women gonna be getting on my bus, pushing their chest up against the glass by my seat. I'm just going ahead and say, ma'am, have a seat, please. I'm trying to conduct a safe vehicle. Just go and have a seat and let's ride. It was in 1980 to be exact.
All right, 80. I gotta give you props though, because you older than me, but you look like you got better hair genetics than me, because my shit getting thin at the top, especially in my crown area. I hit the barbershop, I gotta get me a ball fade in this motherfucker. It might not be long till I gotta get a south side on them boys or something. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Or you have to just go ahead and just go butt naked.
Nah, I got a long way to go before that happened. I at least gotta go through. Yeah, I at least gotta go through the south side phase. I could still rock a tape a little bit, but I gotta cut it down low. Oh, I gotta keep it from looking on top of my motherfucking head like Tory Lanez when he was doing that interview with Charlemagne now. And
oh my gosh,
they tried to put the camera on that man crown. He said, "Man, you better get your ass on before I beat your ass." I'm on that shit right now. I'm on my Tory Lanez because my shit getting thin at the top, boy.
That boy head look like when you flying to Utah. You flying to Utah over those mountains, it's like a giant ass bowl with the middle missing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm headed, nigga. I'm heading straight that way. And it's genetics. My grandfather went bald in that same area as motherfucking crown, man. I hate to see it, but it is what it is. That shit getting thin. They say, man, won't you get on one of them hair programs, hymns or some shit they had said. I don't remember. But
that just to put you on Rogaine.
All that type of shit. DHT treatment and all of that. Hey, I ain't trying to be fighting against Mother Nature. You know what I'm saying? And I had read up on that shit. They say, man, you take this shit, it might make you have some suicidal thoughts. Man, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to go through all that to have hair, man. I'm just gonna roll with nature. It'll let me go 41 years with having some pretty good hair. Now it's in decline. It ain't bald yet, it's just getting thin up there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna roll with nature. I don't want to
grow hair and then start thinking about hanging myself.
Yeah, fuck all of that, man. I ain't trying to go through all that.
Almond Brown and chimed in. She say, not you thinning at the top.
I done told her that before. Yeah, I done told her that before. I done said that on this live stream before. That my shit getting thin at the top. Yeah, it's getting thin.
You about to get that Carlos Boozer Sharpie. Yeah, you gonna paint your hair in. You gonna pull a LeBron. Start sweating and his hair start running.
Nah, I ain't doing that. Yeah, Jaylen Brown tripping on that shit right now. He leaving black marks on everybody that try to guard him and shit because the hairline getting on their shirt, getting on their jersey and all that shit. I ain't doing all. Yeah, I'm not doing all that, man. I'm just gonna go with Mother Nature, man. This is the course that they set me on with my genetics, and shit. It is what it is.
Just gonna go ahead and let it be what it be.
Yep,
I feel you.
For sure.
OG, Napoleon Armstrong said his is thinning too. D-Lo say when my shit goes, it's just gone. I rocked the bald head for many years after I cut out my braids in my 20s because I knew it was a possibility one day. I'm 45 and I'm still cool up top for now. Okay, stay cool up top.
Oh yeah, I'm cool up top for right now. I just see what's coming down the pipeline. You know what I'm saying? I'm still straight. My hairline ain't too bad, but I see what's coming though, boy. The motherfucking crown area, man. I'm gonna be rocking the Jefferson.
Baseball cap. Oh no, not George Jefferson.
Yeah, the George.
Not the George Jefferson.
It is what
not
it is.
Not that
though.
Sherman Hemsley.
Yeah.
What name Sherman Hemsley? All the top just gone. He had the Bozo the Clown.
Yeah. I might get that one day. I don't think it's gonna be quite that bad though. The homie the Clown, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I done seen some cats running around with that. I'd be like, dude, why don't you just let it go? Just let that go.
Hey, at least my shit look better
brush it and massage it. Oh.
Yeah, I
He
was
turned
thinking about
around, he
getting
got
one
a
of them
headache.
derma rollers or something and roll that derma roller on there and see what they want to do to bring some blood flow to the area. My mom, she done hit me with so much shit. She trying to save it. She more worried about it than me. Every time she see me, she got to talk about my hair. She looking at Dr. Sabi videos. She done bought me some
Your mom
Botana
be getting
oil.
on you.
Huh?
I say, mom be shooting at you too.
Yeah, yeah. She be bringing me products. She done brought me some Botana oil because she heard that from Dr. Sabi. That's supposed to help you shit. And she done mixed up some homemade shit that she got at the house. Got me putting it on my head. I probably don't use it at the frequency that she want me to because it really ain't that important to me, bro. Like it's not
I feel you.
it's not an emergency to me. But nigga, she want that hair to come back. And
And she want her son to have his crown. Your hair gonna start growing like a chia pet. Chia. I remember those commercials. That shit, that was crazy.
I'm be walking around this bitch looking like Charleston White.
Oh, at least you got both of your eyes though.
Yeah.
He said, damn, there's shoe polish, paint, implants, and romaine, etc. What is that? No thanks. He don't want none of that. Walking around with crazy smells coming off your head. Camphor-phonique. Ain't that man, that stuff used to smell so bad. And dog mane. Or is it horse mane? It's somebody's mane.
The dog mane.
Oh, it's dog mane? Okay.
Yeah.
He said
They got mane and
Sherman had
tails
that.
too. They used to put that shit in there, the mane and tail.
Yeah, man, you can tell when they just got their hair done with that stuff. Because they walk into the room and the whole room light up.
No, that mane and tail smell good though. I ain't
Y'all
talking
must
about
be
the
thinking
grease. I'm talking about that shampoo.
Oh, okay. No, I'm talking about that oil that they used to use.
Yeah, that shit did smell loud.
I remember getting my cousin, she, come here, let me blow your hair out so I could braid it. Ooh, that hot comb was a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I used to be scared of that hot comb because no matter how still you stood, you got burnt. Every time. Every time. My ear done got burnt, neck done got burnt. I think she was doing that on purpose.
What kind of hairstyle you had getting hot iron treatments and shit?
I ain't say hot iron.
Not flat irons, but hot
Hold
comb.
on there. Hold on there. You said hot iron treatment. Wait a minute. I said the straightening comb. You know, when they put it on the fire and leave it up there, you pull it off, that bitch smoking.
Yeah.
We used to blow our froze out like that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? We used to blow our froze out, so when you pick it, that hoe be standing up nice and wide, just up, poof, like one of those plants that you pull up and you blow and all of them just start floating.
Yeah, you had me thinking that you over here with your head laid across your mama's lap getting your hair done every day or something, nigga.
Oh, no. That's not what was happening. See? I try to give him a little glimpse into the past of what was going on. He take it to a whole nother level. At that time, back then, I don't remember seeing too many what you call it? The straightening iron.
Yeah, that flat iron shit.
Yeah, that. I don't think my auntie. No, cause all they stuff that they were using back in the day when I was young, it had to be put over the fire.
Yeah.
It literally had to be put on the. They even had the one that roll you to put the curls in their hair. Now I ain't get the curl thing, but they had that too. They put that mug on the fire too. Sometimes they get to talking and taking too long. Then they roll somebody's hair and be like holding it, and that shit come out.
Now I gotta say I did get the curl because my grandmother was the curl lady. Everybody called my grandmother for a curl back in the day. She have all the supplies and all the her dryers and all that shit in the trunk, and she'll go to people's houses and give them a curl. So I used to always put a curl on my shit. I'm putting activator on my hair, Carefree Gold, and all this whole type of shit. So I did rock the curl and shit back in the day. I can't even lie. Then I go to the barber shop and they'll give me a fade with it. So I got the fade with the curl on top and shit as a little kid. That shit used to be
Let me
crazy.
find out you was running around with an S curl.
No, I'm talking about the curl.
Oh, she was using the curling iron.
No, she was using like some industrialized industrial level shit, white shit that she put on my head. It used to be burning like a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. That's how S curl was.
But now what I'm saying is, I have used those before. I used the S curl and I used the comb through texturizer. That shit was light work compared to the shit that my grandma was using. That shit used to be burning. But that S curl shit, that was mild, nigga. This is like comparing spicy to mild. That shit my grandma had was spicy, nigga. But yeah, I used to have to go through that shit. I used to hate getting them damn curls too, but they thought I look cute with a curl and all that shit. So I used to have to rock the curl, man.
I feel you. That boy Eric Carr say look like DJ Quick for 1 week.
Yeah, but I ain't had a long curl though. See, but my uncles and them did. They had the long curls and shit with the shit dripping all down their back and all that shit. I just had the curl with the fade.
Okay, I feel you on that. Eric Carr said, yeah, I got that hot comb one time. Feel like the electricity chill on my scalp. That I know what you're talking about. It was white. When you put that stuff on, it had a strong smell too. It was smart, and they used to have to put a line of Vaseline around your hairline,
around
your forehead and stuff, so it wouldn't burn.
Yeah, exactly.
You walking around with a pink line around your head because they didn't put it on there right.
Yeah,
your shit done burn up, your skin rolling off your head. That shit was dangerous.
Yeah, I'm off in there looking like Otis Williams in Blue at the beginning of the Temptations when they were trying to get the New Yorker and the I can't remember the name of the other hairstyle. I know one was called the New Yorker, and they was in there fanning their heads and shit, 'cause that shit was burning. That's how I was.
The longer you leave it in, the better it take.
Yeah, all that type of shit. Yeah, that's what I went through, man. That shit was torture.
Man, that's some back in the day stuff right there. Back in the day.
Yeah.
Trying to be handsome. Even though you didn't have to be because you was already that way. You just trying to enhance the look. Yeah,
that like what Denzel said, that's some cultural shit. If you black, you know how it feels when you wake up early in the morning because you smell that hair burning. And it's your little cousin or your little sister or whatever the case may be off in there with that straightening iron getting put on their ass. You recognize that smell. That's a smell that we all would readily identify very quickly.
Instantly. Wake you up early in the morning on the weekend, you expecting to smell breakfast, and you down there smelling somebody's head burning.
Yeah. Real talk.
Pooh Bear used to hate getting, my cousin Pooh Bear, she used to hate getting her shit did because she got burnt a lot too. I used to feel so bad for her because her mama would like braid her hair up and put beads in it and have her shit looking tight. Pooh Bear go to school, come home, one of the braids is missing some beads, automatic beat down.
Damn.
Automatic beat down. I'm like, dang, she can't even go to school and play because she too worried about her beads falling out.
Yeah, that's cold blood.
Shoot, I can tell you cold blooded. Get an ass whooping and then somebody come and say, come here, baby, now go to the store and get you some candy and get you something to drink. You just beat the shit out of me. Now you want to send me to the store.
Yeah, I every time I got a good ass whooping, I had to go lay down somewhere and sleep that shit off. Every time I got a good whooping, I went to sleep afterwards. Being there, sleep good.
Whoop the energy out your ass, huh?
Sleep good too, being there mad and shit, and be mad and then end up waking up like, damn, I slept good as a motherfucker. Boy, a good ass whooping had you sleeping good back in the day.
Now, I'll tell you something that was torturous. When you get the phone call because you done messed up and taking call, your mom will call to the house and say, when I get home, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Now, you know, this is the day that my auntie will cook a nice dinner, you know, everybody in the festive mood. But I know an ass whooping is waiting for me as soon as my mama show up and pick me up and take me home. I ain't hungry. You know what I'm saying? They come on down here and eat. I ain't even hungry. I was always hungry as a kid, but when you knew that there was a whooping coming, you ain't want nothing to eat. You ain't want to play. You ain't want to go outside. Friends talking about, what's wrong? Nothing, man. Just leave me. I don't even feel like playing. We finna go play catch a girl, kiss a girl. I don't even feel like it. I don't even feel like it.
Stomach
And you
and
know,
knots.
boy, you know it's serious when you don't want to go play catch a girl, kiss a girl, cause Tracy White. But I used to like kissing on old Tracy. But when I knew that ass whooping was coming, to hell with Tracy.
Yeah.
Those was the days. My kids don't even really know what whoopings are. They be trying to tell me, Dad, we used to get whoopings. Stop it. Just stop it. Each one of them probably, at the most, I got 5 kids. I probably passed out 10 whoopings.
Yeah.
2 for each of them.
And they turned
But
out
they deserved
good.
them. They deserved them.
But they turned out
Yeah.
good though. So he
Yeah, I give them that.
Yeah. They didn't require all that. If they still turned out good, they didn't require what we went through.
I didn't require what we went through.
Yeah, that extension cord, man, that's the one thing. That's the one thing that I think went too motherfucking far. That extension cord, brother. I shouldn't be bleeding like this after no motherfucking whoop. Now she didn't make me get naked. She used to make her own kids get naked and get the extension cord. She whooped me through my jeans, and I still be bleeding, all in my pants and shit.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's some old slavery shit, man. That was going too far. That wasn't necessary. I could have learned the lesson without a motherfucking extension cord.
What'd you say? They could have talked to you about it, huh?
Bring the belt out. Go get the switch. Anything but that extension cord, bro. That was.
I would have welcomed the belt. I would have welcomed the Hot Wheel track, a switch, anything. But it seemed like the cord was weapon of first choice. And I'm going to tell you what really sucked. To get your ass whooped in the wintertime and then have to put on some long johns and then go to school. Then when you come home and you pull your long johns down, you know, the blood's and dried up and the long john is stuck to the sore. You pulling it off. Now you're going through a new kind of pain. Because every time you change clothes, you done peeled the scab off again. I still got a U on my thigh from an extension cord from back in the day.
Yeah, I
still got it.
Parks too, square business. Yeah, that's too much, man. Hell, my last extension cord whooping I was about 13, nigga, and got the extension cord whooping. I'm in like 7th grade. I think I'm clean at school, starched down jeans and all that kind of shit. We wearing heel figure and all that shit back in the day. And I done got an extension cord whooping all in my jeans and shit, man. Blood running all down my leg and shit. That shit was wild, bro. Yeah, I'm glad them days over with, man. I don't think no kid should have to go through that shit. Yeah, that was abuse down there, nigga.
Damn near. But everybody was getting their ass whooping back then. Then all of a sudden, some kind of way, society turned soft. You should talk to them. Some kids just don't understand talking to. Sometimes you just got to come out, punch a kid in the chest. Sit your ass down. Sometimes it just have to happen. You know, every once in a while, bad sheep come in the family. You just gotta go all out to try to help get them together. What I used to hate was when they say, "Oh, you got the devil in you today, huh? I'm finna whoop him out of you." Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you the truth. That man said good whoopings burn. Like Shotgun versus Bruce Leroy when they had the glow.
Shogun, bro.
Shogun. I got there before you said it.
No, you did.
Well, we got there about the same time because I looked back at it and it was like, I had to look back at it and it was like, wait, Bruce Leroy, ain't no goddamn shotgun in there. That's Shogun. He said, ain't nothing like an impinged ass whooping. You right, D-Lo. That when you just waiting for the whooping, just waiting. And I tell you the one that really sucks. When you wait for the whooping and then you go home, you know, you get picked up. Now, my mama would pick me up. I go out there and get in the car. I'm trying to be quiet, but then again, I'm trying to say some nice shit. And you know, I'm checking her temperature. You know what I'm saying? Hey, mama, how you doing? I'm trying to give you kisses and shit. And, you know, she got this stern look on her face. She ain't really being, you know, she ain't really going in and nothing. She just driving and talking to me, you know, stop, grab something to eat. We get to the house. I'm super nervous now. I ain't ate my burger or nothing like that because I'm waiting for her to call me. And the times that was like, thank you, God. You heard me. You heard my plight. You felt that I was serious because she'll fall asleep. And when she fall asleep, I take a reliefful sigh. Whew. I start eating my burger and fries, drink my little drink, going in, getting to bed. And I tell you what, it's like you fall into a nice, good, comatose-like sleep, and you start feeling these bees stinging you, but you ain't dreaming about no bees. You dreaming about good stuff like catching Tracy White. And the next thing you know, you wake up and you realize you getting your ass whooped right now. Ain't nothing worse than getting a whooping when you sleep and you wake up to it. That is the worst.
Yeah, I was one of them kids that I used to push and push and push and see how far I could go. Because my grandmother really didn't give me a lot of whoopings, but when she did give them, they were severe. And she would let me make it. Like, she was way easier on me than her own kids. You know, my grandmother got 5 kids. She got 4 boys and 1 girl. I am the son of her 1 girl. And you know, she just took a liking to me and shit and took care of me as a kid. But she wasn't quick to whoop, but I would push and push and push and just make her cross that line. And when she crossed that line, she already got this pent up anger that she been suppressing because she trying to let me make it. And then once I make her cross that line, nigga, she coming with it. And I'm talking about some shit you gonna remember. Like, to remember the Titans. Make them remember the night they played the Titans. Nigga, you gonna remember this ass whooping that you asked for.
You forgot an important word. He said make them remember forever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, real shit. I watched that movie not that long ago, too, man. I think Ronnie Bass is my favorite movie quarterback of all the movies, bro.
Oh, yeah, Ronnie Bass did his thing. That's one of my favorite movies.
He was tough, and then that last play when Preacher had ran that reverse.
He was blocking his ass off, wasn't he?
He was in the front blocking the quarterback.
That's
he
right.
Was a real quarterback. He went to South Carolina. He was there for like 5 years or some shit like that. He had a son that played football too, Ron Bass Jr. But I think he is my favorite movie quarterback in all the movies.
That's tight. That boy Ian Banks say girls come to school burnt by the hot cone, tiger stripe looking Cincinnati Bengal built ass.
Yeah.
They used to have, you can always tell when the hot cone came around because they ears. The top of your ear or the back of your ear always had that scab. And that scab from a hot comb looked different from any other scab. The only other scab that looked good, that looked like a hot comb scab, was the extension cord scab. And the extension cord wasn't hot.
Yeah.
That boy said extension cords and switches was definitely personal. Extension cords have copper and thick ass plastic. That's right, Moody Trayweather. It depends on which one you use though. Cause what you know about the brown extension cord with the fat end with the you know the one I'm talking about, the brown one.
Yeah.
The brown one was something serious.
That's what I used to get.
It was the brown one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that brown one was a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You just got me thinking back in the day. This man, Napoleon Armstrong, said my pop used a cable wire folded over with duct tape handle, called it the strap. That ain't no damn strap. That is not a strap. He said we was happy to get HBO cable till Pops told the cable man to leave the excess wire he cut. We read his mind like, hell no. We already know what you planning around here. You might well go. How many times you ever hid the extension cord? Now it's hard to hide the extension cord because my auntie and my mama was quite resourceful. The extension cord come up missing. I actually watched my auntie cut the cord off the iron.
Damn.
Now that's when you really want to whoop somebody. And you remember the cord on the iron that had to like it was like wrapped in cotton or something?
No, I just remember the black cord. That was good enough for a whooping, though. I could see that doing some damage.
Oh, it did damage. I didn't have to get the iron cord, but my cousin Bozo got the iron cord one day. Now, this story I'm about to tell you is borderline abuse, but you have to understand, where it came from. They tied this boy to a bed because he did something. I don't know what he did. All I know is he was getting his ass whooped. And this dude came up off that frame and ran out the house.
Butt naked, probably.
But naked, because they didn't believe in giving whoopings with clothes on.
Yeah.
Because this was the saying. The saying was, you could take my clothes off because my clothes didn't do nothing. My clothes didn't have nothing to do with what you did. I used to hate that statement so bad. And you see your cousin or somebody get a whooping, and the whooping would be so severe that you knew you didn't do nothing, but in the back of your mind, you be thinking, did I fuck up lately? Am I going to be next? Because the worst thing is when they say, okay, you get through getting the whooping, and then they make the next call. Come on up here. Ooh, I remember my cousin, my cousin Pooh Bear had got a whooping. And I had got some grass stains in my pants, right? But Mama had already took care of me. You know, I was lucky that day. She just gave me the belt, which I took that graciously. Please, hit me again, Mama. You know, if you need to get it all out, get it all out. I'll take a belt all day. I get over to my auntie in their house. Pooh Bear getting the whooping. They had the nerve to, after Pooh Bear get through getting her whooping, she gonna come downstairs. They gonna call me. I'm like, she gonna come on up here. And my cousin Lee was like, what he finna get a whooping for? Oh, he got grass stains in his pants. I was like, my mama already whooped. My mama already gave me my. You can say that shit. Mama already took care of that. I ain't going for no twofer. Lord, no. I got brave at age 13 and told my auntie Neil, I wasn't taking no more whoopings. The only person who was going to give me a whooping was my mama. Right after I said my mama, I got hit with a shoe.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I remember
those was the days.
Boy, me and my aunt, my great aunt, my grandmother's sister, I used to always go over her house. She used to watch me and shit a lot. She had a beautiful garden with all kind of tulips and pretty flowers and shit. And me and my cousin went out there and was fighting the flowers one day. We acting like we Power Rangers and shit, and we fighting the flowers. So we done completely destroyed her whole garden. And man, you talk about piss. And the timing was just crazy because my grandmother was already on the way to come get me. So they started getting on my cousin early, and then my grandmother popped in and took me to the other room. And we got the ass whoopings at the same time, nigga. Just, I heard this nigga in the other room. He heard me in the other room. Getting our asses beat, nigga. Bleeding and all kind of shit. Extension cord. Yeah, nigga, that shit was raw and uncut. For real.
I know what you mean. That boy D-Lo said, I thought I got away with it like kid in a house party. He thought he done made it. And mama, you ever had somebody bust in? I was taking a shower one day, and it was like a Norman Bates scene. My mama just snatched the curtain open, and it was like, whack. It happened so fast that I didn't get a chance for my mind to register that it was hurting. But once she closed the shower curtain back up and walked out the bathroom, it's like all this pain it started from like my feet and just rolls up my body. That was, oh my God, that was horrible. It was horrible. He said grandma would get that ass for old and new when she did get it. Oh yeah, I used to hate those kind of whoopings. I'm whooping your ass for what you did last week. Wait a minute, what? I done forgot what I did last week. You hold this shit? That's not how this supposed to go.
Talking while they swinging and shit. I told your ass not to do all that. Boy,
man, you sure right.
I was fortunate enough not to get no naked ass whoopings, but the ones I got, they were still pretty severe. Square business.
Now Napoleon Armstrong he's saying something that I'm hip to as well. He said, hell, I got to paddle in school till I moved to GA, moved from GA to New Jersey. Slave ass corporal punishment. Kids in Jersey didn't even know such thing, know a thing like that took place. Now, when I came to Texas, I was like, they was call it a pop. We called it a paddle. I had a teacher named Miss Reed, and our Coach Jefferson. They had these paddles with the ones with the holes in them. Yeah. So it's like when they hit you, it like suck your booty meat in.
Yeah.
That shit hurt. But I'll take a paddle over getting the whooping at home any day. Please, give me a SWAT. Do not call my mama. Please don't.
I got paddlings at school and shit, but I was a little older in middle school. I remember the assistant principal, Miss Cornelius, gave me a paddling one day. I don't even remember what the fuck I did, but I remember she hit me and I was like, damn, that hurt a little bit more than I was anticipating. That's what I thought that shit was gonna be weak, nigga. She hit me with that paddle, had them holes in it. I was like, yeah, that shit square business now. It ain't got nothing on grandma whoopings, but I don't want another one. I felt that shit.
Man, that boy D-Lo said, I knew when MFs got whooped. Wait, he said I knew MFs who got whipped with fan belts and shit. Them MFs was tough. Now, yeah, you an extension cord, baby. You are pretty tough. You can go out there and you be like, to hell with it. We, fighting. We could fight all day. You know what I'm saying? People didn't want to face you when you was. Ahmed Brown said, y'all must have been some badass kids. I was pretty good. I was a pretty good kid.
I thought I was a pretty good kid. I ain't deserve no extension cord for sure.
I ain't deserve it either. But hanging around my cousins, you having fun with them. But since you having fun with them, you got to take the ass whooping just as well. Naked ass whooping should never happen. It should never happen. But I tell you what it does for you. One, it's some embarrassing shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to take all your clothes off to get a whooping. And here go the worst thing. Now, the girls, I kind of felt bad when Pooh Bear got a whooping because, she could flop around and it didn't matter. They just still whacking. But with the boys, they would be like, be still. Lay on your stomach. And you get hit, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to be still and lay on your stomach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boy, I need to just stop thinking about it because it's making me, I'm surprised that I ain't need no counseling growing up.
Yeah, your life sounded like Roots, getting them type of whoopings.
Shit, but I was too scared to run away. I wasn't like Kunta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I knew what would happen if they catch you if you ran away. Bozo found out the hard way. When they brought, I was still trying to figure out where are you going, butt ass nigga. Who are you running to? Cause we in the projects at this time, and it was just my mama and her sister. My mama didn't stay nowhere close, and running to her house wasn't gonna do you no good anyway. Cause she wasn't gonna do nothing but whoop you, bring you back, then you end up getting another whooping. I don't know where he thought he was going.
He just had to get some relief from them blows for a hot second, man. Goddamn,
bruh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
They would hit them on the back and shit.
Hitting him everywhere. Whatever was open, he was hit. But
I got hit on my legs. I ain't get hit on the upper part of my body with the extended cord. It was all legs. And I think
got you on my back, my arms, my legs, my butt. One time they wrapped around me and hit me on the stomach.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just they literally, they my mom and them came from Mississippi, so they came down here with that mentality. This is what you call an ass whooping. And I had friends that didn't get whoopings. I was like, this motherfucker here saying stuff to their mama like it was all good. I'm like, that wouldn't fly at my house. That surely wouldn't fly at my auntie house. Not at all. He said competing ass whoopings.
Yeah.
He said, I used to get whooped. He said, I used to get a whooping for getting a whooping. What the fuck? I ain't never got a whooping for getting a whooping.
Nah.
But I have got a whooping for getting a swat at school because the teacher, she want to swat me, and then you going to call the house and tell. I used to be at the house because, I knew the teacher was going to call. They'd tell me, what time your mama get home? Such and so and so. I'm calling, let her know I'm going to call. I'm waiting for the phone to ring. I'm waiting. I pick that bitch up. Hello, may I speak to such and so? You got the wrong number. Click.
And got your ass.
Call right back. I didn't hear my mama answer the phone. I pick up the phone. Lady say, my teacher say, Miss Reed, may I speak to Miss Wallace? I'm sorry, you got the wrong number. My mama said, no, this ain't the wrong number. Oh, man. When I heard her voice, I already knew what time it was. I just slightly hung up the phone, went downstairs in the basement. Like that was gonna do any good. My mama called my ass right. Come here. You ever been slapped so hard that you kind of forget what's going on?
I ain't really take a bunch of slaps. I might have got slapped one time or some shit, but I ain't take a lot of slaps that I remember.
Man, my mama slapped the education out of me one day. Slapped me so hard, my ears was ringing, eyes were watering, and I couldn't understand what she was saying.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a ride down the road. Them hoes gonna wait till I graduate elementary school to outlaw paddles. When did they stop using corporal punishment in school?
I don't know. I got a paddle in 97. I remember I got the choice. You can either get suspended or you can take this paddle. And I said, shit, let me go ahead and take the paddle. But that was 97 when I got that.
Dang, wow. You ever been given a choice? Okay, you could take this whooping or you could be on punishment. Now, school just ended, so it's summer vacation.
Nigga, I'm going to tell you what was cold. My mom would make me write fucking sentences. And as crazy as it sounds, I'd rather go and get the whooping than be sitting in there writing 1,000 fucking sentences after school. And I'm sitting up there, that shit take a long time, brother, and your hands be cramped up. And I'm sitting up there writing sentences and shit all fucking day. Well, I'd rather get the whooping. The paddle, whatever the case may be, nigga, give me that than sitting in that room. Because, like, if I get 500 sentences, that's going to take me from the time I get out of school to nighttime to finish that shit. And if I get 1,000, nigga, I'm going to do 500 that night. Then when I get home from school the next day, I'm writing sentences some more. My hands are already stiff and cramped up from the day before writing sentences. That was a cold-ass punishment right there, boy. I ain't lying. And when she first came with it, I was like, oh, that ain't shit. That's easy work. Nigga, yo, you about to be spending a bunch of time writing these sentences, nigga.
And they got to be legible, huh?
Yeah, she gonna check and go through the motherfucking two and make sure you got all of them. You gotta have them numbered out. She was square business.
Oh, wow.
She want 500 sentences, nigga. If it's something bad, she need 1,000. And you gonna sit up there and you gonna write them all.
I would have loved to have your mama coming up with the ideas for my punishment. I'd have took that punishment all day, every day.
It sound like it, bro, but it ain't as easy as it sound. And then, like,
bruh, I feel you saying it ain't as easy as it sound, but let me ask you this: was your whoopings long or were they short?
My mama really didn't whoop me because she ain't raised me. You know, so my grandmother, she had some old school reminiscent of slavery days whoopings, and she be mad when she give me a whooping, bro, because she would try to let me make it. So when she finally crossed that line, nigga, it was gonna be a real savage whooping. For real. But them fucking sentences though, bro. That shit was memorable. Ain't bullshit.
You can't forget it.
Hell no, you be sitting up there all day writing this shit. And you can't go to your girlfriend's house. You know, I was too old to be getting whoopings. I'm like 16. She ain't trying to whoop me in no 16. So she gonna let me write them sentences. She gonna make you do something. And that was a good one, bro. I ain't got no freedom. I can't go to boxing practice. Can't go to my girlfriend's house. Can't do shit, nigga. I'm off in the house writing sentences, nigga. And this is before cell phone days and all that. I ain't staying connected in the loop. I'm cut off from the world, nigga. I can't have no phone calls, nothing. I'm just in the house, no TV. I'm just in there writing sentences all day. Hands is cramping up. No, nigga, fuck that shit. Give me the whooping,
call the house.
Yeah, go and give me the whooping.
No, he on punishment. That used to
all
be
that
the
type
shit.
Of shit, yeah.
He on punishment. He can't talk right now. Now you got to show up at school, everybody laughing at you. Oh, you was on punishment yesterday? Bitch, I'm on punishment for the rest of this month. Yeah, what you talking about?
Yeah, I still got sentences to write when I get home, man. So I don't know how long this is going to take me, and I'm going to holler at y'all when I get done. Yeah, that shit was cold.
Eric all said I was bad. He said he was bad. He was an ADD kid before they put a label on it. Yeah, because back then the only label they had was retarded. Oh man, this is a serious one right here. Napoleon Armstrong said, my parents went to school in the 50s and 60s and got beat with rose bushes with the thorns in school. Southern mind control. I can't say I ain't never been hit with no rose bush switch with no thorns on it. But switches, for whatever reason, my mom and auntie didn't feel like a switch did justice. Unless it was a red switch. And I told you about the red switch. It's just a straight switch that grew out the ground. And it was red. The only place I ever seen that grow is in Gary, Indiana. I ain't seen it nowhere else on the planet that I've been to. But they didn't believe in the switch like that. It was the cord, and the cord. If you got a belt action, oh boy, that was praise be to God.
Yeah, for real. That's what I was just thinking.
I mean, with a belt.
When she reached for that belt, I'm happy. But when I got older, I started acting like I was tough. And I wouldn't just take advantage of the leniency that I'm getting right now. So I got to sit up there and act like the belt don't hurt. Oh, so that belt ain't doing nothing, huh? All right.
You tough, huh?
I got this extension cord.
You tough, huh?
Yeah, you tough. Yeah. She come back with that extension cord, nigga, and get that act right, nigga. When you feel your flesh opening up with every blow that she hit you with, oh, nigga, that's a whole different story.
Man. And then get told, now go outside and play. What? Do you not see me bleeding and dripping blood all over the hoop? Why am I going outside to play? But you did. Yeah. You sure did.
Yeah, I could never act tough with that extension cord, man. I wasn't like Denzel on Glory, where you was just getting that whooping and just being tough with it. I could never be tough like that, man. That motherfucker there had me moving and grooving in that bitch, trying to keep them strikes up off of me.
But I got hit with the cord and just broke down. My whole body just went limp. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Like a fish out of water. Oh. Wait a minute. Man, just thinking about it. He said, yep, if I got a whooping for acting up somewhere else, I got another one when I got home to grandma's. Now, that was something that you just didn't do. Don't get out there in the public and act up. Because if you do, you might get the fire slapped out of you in public. And then when you get home, you're going to get another whooping. And the logic behind it is, you ain't going to embarrass me when we out in public. Well, you done already embarrassed me, so what I'm getting this whooping for? You slapped me in front of the whole congregation at church, and I wasn't doing nothing but chewing some gum.
Yeah, I used to get in trouble for going to sleep. Especially at church? Go to sleep at church and then get home and got all the energy in the world to run around and play and all that shit. Oh
yeah, I know.
Yeah, she wasn't trying to hear that shit. If Joseph Brown was in here, he say, nigga, y'all motherfuckers off in here trauma bonded over whoopings.
Hell yeah. I just told my kids about the whoopings I got. They act right. Oh no, we don't want none of that. But like I said, I only had to give 2 to each one at some point. I had to give Jessie a whooping because Jessie she tried to play me. She skipped school one day.
Yeah.
And the school called me because I had already let the school know, if anything ever, just call me and I'll come and run it. And the school called me and told me she wasn't at school. And she came home with a little backpack and her little friend. They just a smiling. Hey, Daddy. A nice hug and kiss. How was your day at school? Oh, it was good. Why they call and tell me you wasn't there? The whole facial expression changed. Even her friend's facial expression changed. So where y'all was at? Come to find out, they hanging out at the little girl's house because the little girl mama at work. So I tell the little girl, what time your mama get home? Because I'm calling and I'm snitching your ass out. But Jessica, you might well go ahead and get ready because it's going to go down.
Yeah, I can't say shit about that because I stayed on that truancy, nigga. That was me and my mama stayed. My mama stayed in court for truancy. I'll get arrested right there at school. They called me to the office, nigga. The police officer waiting on me off in the principal's office, nigga. Put my ass in cuffs, put me in the back of the police car, and take my ass to jail, nigga. I missed so much school. Huh?
How old was you for that? I ain't
That
never
shit,
faced the truancy officer.
yeah, that shit started when I was 14. I
You
just
on a
went from
whole nother level.
I went from little ass Temple, bro, and I'm from middle school. Then you send me to the second largest high school in the United States, and it got 5,000 students and 3,500 girls, bro. They go there for the
Yeah.
cluster program so they can get their cosmetology license and all that shit before they graduate. Nigga, that was just too much. The school big, nigga, got like 10 buildings. Main building, A building, B building, C building, G building, F building, T building, all this shit. And bro, it was just too much. You get 5 minutes to get to class. Man, I ain't got time to stop and fuck with the girls and shit in 5 minutes. And then you got 4 lunches, A, B, C, and D lunch. Nigga, I'm at all the lunches.
I remember that.
But then this the thing. When I was in middle school, I was in gifted classes. So I'm already getting high school credits while I'm in middle school. So I ain't taking IPC and algebra 1 and all that shit. Nigga, I'm going straight to geometry. I'm going straight to chemistry. So I'm in the 9th grade, but I'm in class with 10th and 11th graders. And they like me and shit, the girls. I'll be in class, nigga, girls sitting all in my lap and shit. Nigga, that was just another level, bro. And I just couldn't handle that shit. And I started getting truancy. But after my mom paid for truancy twice, I got smart and started forging her signature on absent letters and shit. So I'll write a letter to the school and say that I got to go to a doctor's appointment or something like that and sign my mama name on there. After I done that shit, I ain't had no more problem.
Oh, you went all out.
Yeah, I hated going to. I love school, but I just did not go to school for the reasons that I was supposed to go to school. You know what I'm saying? And what was crazy, I would always wreck on my standardized test and shit, toss and all that shit. I'm making 95s and shit on it. I learned the shit at school too, nigga. Like when I had went and did my little college, when you take them entry tests when you go to college, I passed college standard on everything, math and all that shit. A lot of my partners, they taking remedial classes. Nigga, I barely even went to class, and I go straight into my college courses. I ain't got to take nothing remedial. So even though I didn't go, I still learned. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I learned, but I learned that shit.
I feel you.
Nigga, my transcript so ugly. I got 20s and 30s on my transcript, nigga. I got A's on there too. That's how I graduated. I graduated because I got A's. In Texas, the lowest grade they'll give you on your report card is a 50, but on your transcript they'll give you whatever you got. And right. I figured out that all I have to do is make a 90 in one semester, and I can do whatever I want to do for the rest of the school year. So I go in there and give you that 90. The next semester I can make a 20, but they're gonna give me a 50. 50 plus 90 is 140 divided by 2 is 70. Nigga, I passed for the year. So once I figured that out, I'm gonna give you that one good semester. I'm gonna give you an A, and then after that, I'm on my time. That's the way I saw it. That was very stupid. I wish I could go back and do it all over again and make some good grades and graduate the way I was supposed to graduate. Like I did graduate, but I was just a normal nigga. I should have graduated with honors or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is what it is, though. Boy, you talk about mad, nigga. You imagine your mama going to court giving a motherfucker $350 and $500 and all that shit.
Imagine being dead if your mama had to do that. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine nothing like that at all. Yeah. My mama never didn't know. No, you skipping school, I was scared to do that at a younger age. When I got in high school, you know, I pulled off a few things and whatnot. But then by then I wasn't getting whoopings no more. You know, I had figured it out. I knew how to walk the walk and dodge anything. D-Lo say one of his aunts slapped him for talking back. He said he still hurt when he think about that shit. She really felt bad, but it was earned. I can't think of a time, honestly, that a whooping was passed out in my growing up that I felt like they felt bad about it. Now, the person that seen you get to them, like my cousin Catherine, Pooh Bear's mama, I remember getting that ass whooping one day. Now, she felt bad for me. And this some slave shit right here. Because she had a pot with some cold water in it and a towel, sitting there patting my little old whelps and bleeding spots. I feel like she really felt bad for me. She was like, "Look, cuz you just got to stop doing dumb shit. That's what you got. You wouldn't get no whoopings if you just stopped doing dumb shit." And I'm thinking to myself, I'm just being regular. I ain't mean for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mean for Lloyd House to catch on fire on the back. We was raking up leaves, and we raked them up against the house in a pile. I don't know what we was thinking, but I was like, "Go get some matches and we can burn up the leaves." Set the back of their house on fire.
Oh,
I
man.
took my ass home. His mama came right across the street, knocked on the door, the fire department outside, black smoke all on the back of their house, and she gonna say, "Did your son tell you what him and Lloyd did?" My mom was like, "Nah, what they do? They set the back of my house on fire." That's not what happened though. We set the leaves on fire, and they just happened to catch on to the house. And I feel like she should have explained it to my mama like that. But just coming over there saying we set the back of her house on fire, you know, I got a whooping for nothing, really. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't give me a chance to explain.
Oh, I know that was an epic ass whooping too, boy.
Boy, you don't understand what epic is. Epic is not that was a generational ass. That ass whooping right there made me not even want to fuck with a match for a long time. Long time.
Yeah.
But we was burning leaves. That's all. We call ourselves doing a good thing. We done raked up the backyard. You know, we trying to do something good to make a parent feel good about themselves. We was feeling good about ourselves. We thought we had really did something. When I realized, because he didn't realize it right away. I think Lloyd was a little slow. But when I realized that the fire had started like touching the house, I instantly knew that this was not going to be good. So I moseyed on out the backyard, went straight across the street to the house. His mama was right behind me. Wasn't 5 minutes. Worst punishment I ever received was not being allowed to go to sleep after me and my cousin snuck out the house. Took his mom's van and stayed out all night. We had to stay up all day and work outside. That's not a punishment. That's getting off easy. My brother woke me up out my sleep one day, say, "Come on, little bro." Now it's snowing outside. Gary and Dan, I'll never forget it. We gonna joyride in my mama's car. Now, one, how you gonna sneak off with her car? He called himself, he gonna park back in the same tire tracks that we pulled out in the snow, right? We riding down the street. I don't even know why he woke me up. He should have just left me sleep because this joyride was not joyous at all. He ran into a fucking stop sign because he lost control, put a big dent in my mama's hood, and he ain't gonna pull up to the house and park. We gonna sneak in the house. Mama sitting in the kitchen waiting.
Yeah.
Because I was too young to press the pedal or guide the car. That was the one whooping that I didn't get. I felt so bad for my big brother that day. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But I went to sleep. It was easy to go to sleep that day. Even Napoleon Armstrong said he was smart and bad slick though. I took the SAT in the 7th grade with 12th graders. Got a 1030. Look at you, Mr. Smart Guy.
Yeah. And my phone's about to go dead and shit, man. So
I was just gonna say we didn't have enough talking about ass whoopings, punishments. Devin Haney gonna get beat. At least that's what I'm thinking. I enjoyed tonight. I got to get up tomorrow because I've been studying and testing. Didn't I tell y'all I got this job in September?
Yeah.
You know that they still training us? We just put our uniforms on 2 days ago.
Y'all get paid for training?
Oh, hell yeah. We get paid. We get overtime and everything in training. It's just the fact that I'm ready to get cut loose and let me run up and down the streets like the rest of the guys and ladies. I'm ready to drive. I'm tired of studying.
Yeah, it's gonna come, man. Just trust the process.
I'm trusting it, but god damn.
You getting paid.
I got out of school a long time ago.
Yeah, but you're still getting paid for training. They just want to make sure that y'all on point and shit. You know what I'm saying? So just trust the process and do what you got to do. before you know it, you're
No
gonna be out there on the streets and shit. You're gonna be coming in here talking about, man, I've been doing this for 10 years now, 20 years or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So just trust the process.
I ain't tripping, but I pull a 20. That's gonna be something spectacular, ain't it?
Yeah, you mean you're 70, about 75, huh?
We'll be said. Okay, you and your math need to stop.
I thought you said you were 55.
I am, but I don't need you doing the math right now. Shit. When I think it don't seem that old. But when you say it out loud, I'm like, damn. That nigga old, who he talking about?
Yeah, but I'm gonna be 61 at that time, nigga. So I'm gonna be getting my 3% off the senior citizen menu and shit.
There you go. There you go. They might even raise it up.
Yeah. And there's probably some places probably got more of a player price than the 3% too.
I'm looking, like I told you, every time I go out and it's time to eat something, when we go out, I'm at, hey, what's the 55 deal? What's the 55 deal?
Yeah.
Come on with it. But it's been a pleasure tonight, man. I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed everybody reaching out and kicking it with us. Trey, would you like something to say?
Yeah, for sure, man. Always nice chopping it up, man. Talking about boxing and shit. Got love for everybody. Hell, I chose this over going to the poker game and shit tonight, man. So, you know, that just show that I give a fuck. Y'all check the fights out this weekend. We're going to be on the Discord talking shit, swallowing spit. You know what I'm saying? Doing our thing. So y'all come check the fights out if y'all ain't doing shit, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute. What you say, OG?
I said most definitely.
Yeah, salute to OG Ernest Davis, everybody. Appreciate Armor Brown for coming through. But I ain't gonna talk y'all to death. You already know I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna hit y'all one more time with the old school coming out the trenches, produced by my boy Zeddy, aka El Dolo. And then we out of here. Peace, y'all.
Coming out the trench.
Dolo, Big Pen, El Dolo on the beat. That's somebody. Yeah. Hopping out the 2-4, C7 Wheezy. This shit really hard, I just make it look easy. My game slow fishing, float like a butterfly, stretch like inches. I hear a lot of talk, but ain't too many from the trenches. Hard step hard, lost 69, swole up. Them hoes used to pass me by, now they like, hold up. Truck black wax, look like a bag of fruit oil. Texas edition leather, remember you a 2-star. Shit, I got 2 cars that I ain't even drove yet. We might use one, come through and spray your whole set. No bet, so be taking on the way out. I'ma win either way, so I'ma let it play out. Gon' bring them K's out, let them hoes blaze out. If you really real, go and close them niggas' days out. You can't sit back and let it linger, cause if you do my ninja, they gon' snatch you like a zinger.
Coming out the trench, coming out the trenches, coming out the trench, coming out the trenches, coming out the trench, coming out the trenches, coming out the trenches.
Better get their ass some braille if they claiming they can't see. They don't really need their eyes when they focusing on them Z. Blow a blunt and sip a fifth about it. Have them straight up sick about it. Sitting on the throne waiting for them to come click about it. Treat them like the ashes on the blunt, gon' flick them out. He wanted to go hard to come through and straight trick them out it. Pistol talking, damn Z, gon' make me handy. They talking too much, please let me show them they some pansies. Raised by some killers, so killer talk don't move me. Just saying then squeeze a new scene from a movie. Make their brains hang from the things that I will bring. Started at the bottom, now I'm standing on the top, man.
Coming out the trench, coming out the trenches, coming out the trench, coming out the trench.
They said MZ take another lap. I'm like, okay, let's go. When everything is going right, expect a quick left, bro. I've seen a lot of souls get sold before the cash roll. I tried to warn them about it, but they always tell me hush, bro. It seems they forgot. Yeah, I moved in them streets. Yeah, I stood on the cuts, and I always had heat. And I stood up in the kitchen, whipped it up so I can change. When I went away to college to put an edge on this thing.
Coming out the trench, coming out the trenches, coming out the trench, coming out the trenches. coming out the trench, coming out the trench.